Would you guys believe me if I told you I forgot to make an email so I can make a fresh account? Hold on, 1 second. I don't think it'll let me make a fresh account. Your mic's not working. Huh? Your mom's not working. Brother, why is it so hard to make a fucking email? Account. Log in. Create. Register. You have too many emails connected to this phone number. Please try again later. Please go fuck yourself, Google. You monopoly owning pieces of shit. Wait, I forget. Can you salt emails in this game? Loading failed. Please check your internet connection and try again. Yo, this one's not even mine. This one's the fucking Wuthering Waves one. Oh, my whole PC is getting absolutely blasted right now. You see that? Look at that. My PC is lagging. You guys see this? Whoa. It's lagging so bad. I gotta restart. No offense, but seeing your post saying, I don't give a fuck about people saying the run is risky and then immediately the next stream is peak cinema. Cool. Isn't that like the whole point of the thing? Like, what is the point of me doing something if it's just going to be a complete joke? What, do you guys want to watch something that's just like easy and face roll and I just absolutely destroy it? Isn't that just boring as fuck? Do you really want to watch that? You want to watch me just like roll up? I do a Nuzlocke. One random character dies and it's cringe. Bro found an age glitch. Huh? It's called a haircut. I don't know if I like this haircut though. I need the like top of my head isn't like I need I don't know, something else. Some kind of like style. I don't know what kind of style though. What kind of style would be good. I booted up the game in DX12 and it absolutely nuked my PC. Where did Boomerin go? Huh? We did not just call me a boomer. We did not just call me a boomer. Full dare. Dude, high key, the new captures are kind of gapping me. You guys feel that? Wait, I can't. Oh, there we go. Wait, if I just keep getting accounts for kids, or like you like roleplay as your own child, and you make it a email for yourself, you can just make infinite emails, and you don't have to connect it to a phone number. Wait, based. How you guys been chat? It's been a minute since I streamed. I think it's been like, what, 3 days? Yeah, I've been busy. I've been doing stuff. I've been chilling my throat. I've been trying to work on some scripts. I've been doing some IRL stuff. What do you mean story or Tower and Weewa? I mean Tower, Weewa, and holograms. Story. Yo. What kind of story would that be? Do you take Paul Rudd's anti-aging serum? Now, you know that one like vampire guy who like injects himself with his son's like plasma or whatever? That's what I took. Attempt 2. What's his name? Brian Johnson? That guy? That guy. When does Orphe come out? Orphe release date. Oh, it comes out in 2 days? Wait, what? It comes out on the 24th. What the hell? Dude, time flies. Nice haircut, man. How you doing? I'm doing not so great. I'm about to torture myself yet again. Not Pog, as they say. We're about to dive straight into the abyss. And when the abyss calls for me, I answer back. We'll be the grill this time. What, I'm trying to think. What's a good name for the Deathless run? The gear wheel bug is fixed? Wait, what do you mean? You can't do the wheel bug abuse anymore? Dead Man Wonderland. All right, bet. Dead Man Wonderland. Too long. They're moving to 2.8. Holy based, bro. I hate Wheelbug. Shangri-La Frontier reference? Wait, what's the Shangri-La Frontier? Your new Fusion only team when Galbrena comes out? Probably not. You mean like account? Probably not. What's the what's the main character's name? Sunraku. Alright, let's go. Sunraku. And just like that, attempt number 2 of the Deathless challenge begins. This time, I will not get capped. This time, we'll make it all the way to the end. Every hologram, every tower, every wuwa, slain, no resets, fresh account, no spending, as per usual. Rules of the account. All characters are locked at S0, R1 if they're limiteds. 4-star can go up to S6. Rover can go up to S6 too. But the limited characters, limited 5 stars, those things are stuck at S0, R1. I'm not allowed to spend. I'm not allowed to get help from other people. If I enter an instance, I am forced to stay in it until either I beat it or it beats me. This is going to be a few months of absolutely grueling pain. Let the fun begin. Did you get one shot by level 100 Flawless in Tower? Well then, that wasn't good enough. I'm trying to think, so right now Yuno's on banner, right? I don't know if Yuno is a good character for me to pull or not. Because her shield is technically really small, and she also doesn't fit in too many teams. And I 100% need her signature in order to make her useful. I just don't know if that's worth it. Like, outside of Augusta team, she's, like, not amazing. You can, like, kind of play her as a main DPS, but eh. If I pull for Yuno, I definitely need her signature. Galbrena? Yeah, I'm thinking maybe Galbrena. Oh, I don't know what Cho Yuan is going to be like either. We'll see, we'll see. You're acting in the wuwa 2.7 stream this week? When is the live stream? Solo Yuno? I don't think Yuno's like particularly strong to solo. She can do it on middle tower right now, but that's because she has like a 48% damage increase for fun. Which is really massive. So she can do that for middle tower. I mean, technically, I guess you could solo like side towers and stuff. That wouldn't be the worst. Dodging with her is kind of awkward though. Also, part of the problem with Yuno is that there's so many arrow resistances for like holograms and stuff, I'll never be able to bring her. It's probably just the Galbrena angle, huh? Massive? Massive, huh? What? 2 more weeks for Galbrena? That means I got 2 weeks to save Asher. That's not bad. The thing is though, like not having Brant and not having Yuno for like shields is kind of annoying. Can't you get level 8 faster if you insta-start Carlotta story, then stop after you talk to Goat Lady and do 6 fights? Yeah. You can go to 2.0 faster, yes. Dude, what was I gonna say? I know. I get really triggered by people like saying stupid comments. Not that's not you. This is one of the videos I released. What was it? The arrow video. I was the start of the video was me saying without like Chikona and Cartetia, Arrow was like easily by far not even close the worst unit in the game, which was the state of the account or the state of the game when I started the Arrow only challenge, right? Because I started back in April. But some dipshit says, actually, you take away bad units or the good units from every single element, then they're all gonna be bad. But dipshit, they weren't even in the game. I played 99% of the challenge without the characters even existing. Are we stupid? Yes. It actually pisses me off when people say that. Or to just say like the most stupid shit ever. I don't know why. I just get unreasonably angry. Got a haircut? I did. I just got my nipple flicked by Baisha. Damn! Whose community's been ultra sensitive for a while? That's the thing too. I've been noticing what was it? I've been noticing a lot recently, and I'm not sure my thoughts on it 100% yet. How much I want to like push back against like I do feel like a lot of like the conversation right now around ZZ specifically is like how much Hoyo's moving in like a more predatory direction, how they're making endgame like less accessible to like most players, how they're trying to push you more and more to like go for Omega premium units with and like pull signatures and all that stuff. And I've been thinking for a while, basically essentially since Zani's release, I felt the same exact thing in Wuthering Waves. I don't know. On one hand, I mean, I mentioned it before. I do want to talk about it, but at the same time, like, I don't want to deal with the idiots who are going to, like, try and defend it because their brains are so rotted. But when a character is, like, almost mandatorily locked onto their signature, losing 40% of their damage, 40% of their utility because they don't pull for their signature, that just means every single character you pull in a game adds an extra 80 pulls. I don't get it. I don't know what to do though personally, because it's like on one hand I want to speak out against it, and it's like kind of cringe what they're doing. At the same time, like the people who also engage with the discussion are just so fucking annoying. I actually just don't care about them. So it's like kind of awkward. It's like there could be an interesting conversation to be had there, but it's just so mind-rotted and so stupid. The people who talk about this stuff are just actually just like, I don't know. I don't have words other than stupid. Well, not words that are going to be nice. They're definitely going to be a lot more mean. These people are just like... You know what? Unintelligent is a good word for it. These people are not very intelligent. Like, I don't understand how you can ever look at something like this and ever try to justify it. How can you justify 40% on every single signature? That's crazy to me. How can you justify characters being chained to each other? Things like Cartetia Chikona. How does Cartetia perform without Chikona? Like complete dog shit? Yeah, that's what I thought. Why is half of Yuno's kit not even working properly unless you're with Augusta specifically? Why is Augusta's kid making it intentionally so you can't quick swap? Like, I just don't understand. Like, on one hand, I want to speak out against it. But on the other hand, it's like, if you speak out against it, you're also like someone who speaks out against it. And like the people who do that are like the most cringe people in the community too. I don't know. It's a weird conundrum I find myself in. I do want to speak out against it, but I also don't want to be part of those people. Anime! You're getting a Mortefi skin really soon? Memes? Why would we ever get a 4-star skin? We have the same standard set that most of the time works as 5-star stat stick. You're talking about like EOG and stuff like that? Even like weapons like Static Mist are finding ways to power creep. Like, Chikona's weapon, for example, is literally a 20% team DPS increase over Static Mist. They made Cartetia specifically to avoid making EOG good on her, so you'd have to pull for her signature. Another 30% increase. They did the same exact thing with Yuno's signature. They did the same exact thing with Augusta's signature. I will say, at least they made it so Augusta can pair with, like, not Yuno and still perform. If you have her signature, you pair with Mortefi, she performs fine. But, like, when we start making it so every single character needs their signature, when this is, like, the standard we start holding for the game, at what point does it become less free-to-play friendly? At what point does everything that most people came to wuwa for originally start to fade away? People came to Wuthering Waves, or people ran away from They ran away from Genshin because Genshin gave them no pulls and was very unfree to play. But this game, when it launched, you had free 5-star character after free 5-star character with multiple free 5-star weapons that were legitimately good. Things like Gian's signature, or even in Lin's signature or whatever. These only like 15% damage increases at most. But that's not making them money. Well, it is making them money. To be clear, it was making them money before. They were printing before. But I guess they want more. Standard weapons fell off. I mean, when the new limited weapons give you a 40% damage increase over the standard ones, then yes, I would say they fell off. I don't know. Maybe I should just talk about it. I feel like, I feel a lot like, what I saw from ALG in ZZZ recently. I feel a lot like I watch these predatory practices happen right in front of me. And if I don't speak up, it just feels so wrong. It makes me feel like worse as a person in a way too. It's like I just let them fuck over people. Make the game worse for attention. It's so... It just doesn't feel right. At the same time, like... I don't know. It's a weird thing too. Because in like a... Am I gonna have a shot with Sang? I'd probably sooner lobotomize myself. I'm not gonna lie. Cure wheel being removed also makes ping endgame so bad overall. I mean, ping issues are... And I skipped over. Ping issues are a big issue I've had. How's the challenge going? We literally just started. Are 5-star standard weapons like the equivalent of 4-star weapons of wuwa like in the Hoyo games at this point? Yeah, the 5-star standard banner weapons are essentially... No, they're worse, actually. They're actually worse. Because things like, say, like Starlight Engine, for example, literally performs better than Brimstone was for me. Or, like, even, like, the signature weapons or whatever, right? Like, I get a Heartstring or whatever for Soldier. That's only, like, a 7% damage increase or something like that, if I remember correctly. At least for the standard banner units. For the limited units, I think the increase, like, even, like, the egregious ones... Trigger's damage increase from her signature is considered like a pretty egregious one, right? Like the team DPS increase, but it's literally the same exact thing as Chikona's weapon. It's the same exact team DPS increase. Actually, technically, Chikona's is even more. But at least by pulling triggers, you get a more universal character. Trigger's weapon gives her defense shred. So does Chikona's weapon. If you look at the actual team DPS increase from these weapons, Trigger's is about a 16 to 18% DPS increase for your team. Going even lower if you have Rupture units, actually. If you're running Rupture units on the team, it goes even lower. Chikona's, in the Cartetia team specifically, is a 20% damage increase. Fun fact of the day. On top of that, like, Chikona doesn't even, like, pair an arrow comps unless you start running her with her weapon. So she's pretty much gated to having her weapon if you want her to perform in other comps. But you'll never hear anyone talk about that. Or they just don't care. I don't get it. I really don't. At the same time, like, I think if my content like devolved into like just like giga bitching about like all the bad things Kuro does, I would never get to make any actual content. I also don't want to like harbor the kind of community that just does nothing but bitch all the time. There's kind of a weird conundrum I'm in right now. Is the is this official information you guys are sharing? Skip. Think keep making good map and story, I'm okay with it. I don't understand that mentality. I don't understand why gacha players are so, like, okay taking it in the ass. I mean, I know... I guess part of the reality is, like, every single gacha player is probably, like, a submissive and breedable bitch, but I legitimately don't understand. I don't understand why so many people are just okay with taking it in the ass from these companies. It kind of pisses me off. Like, you guys are so used to being abused, and you just take it, and you take it, and you take it, and you say nothing, and you just say, yes, give me more. It's kind of embarrassing. I remember the same exact thing happened in Genshin. Genshin players would just, like, let MiHoYo shit all over them for years. And they didn't say a single thing. MiHoYo never had to increase their product, never had to make it better. All because no one would ever speak up. We went, like, almost a year before we got any actual, like, decent-ish content in Genshin. Because of that. They still do? Maybe. But I see the Wuthering Waves community doing the same exact thing right now. Why don't I see people speaking out against, like, the 40% on every single signature? It's literally every single signature. Not a single person is saying a word. Why don't I see anybody speaking up against, like, units being chained together? Not a single word. Why don't I see people speaking out against the power creep? Why don't I see people speaking out against, like, how shitty the tower changes are? We just take it? Actually, it's not even, like, just not speaking out. It's also just, like, taking it. It's also just, like, sitting there and actively justifying it. Actually, signature weapons are guaranteed, so I'm really happy I had to waste 80 extra pulls on every single character I pull for. Hee. Like, we're actually just so stupid. Community is not connected? I do feel like the wuwa community is pretty fragmented. It doesn't really feel like there is a community. There's like 1.5 clicks in the scene, and that's about it. There's no actual community for this game. Does the same thing exist in like HSR? And I mean, ZZ feels like it has an actual community. I'm not sure about HSR and Genshin. Do they have actual communities? It's cause we need more streamers like you. Troho, everyone should just be me. It would be so empty without me. Fractured community? Troho. HSR is not much of a community right now. Many CCs left. Really? Honkai Star Rail. For like Star Rail CCs, the only one I know is Pokey. That is the only consecrator for Ages R. Oh, I know Mina. Box 2. That's it. Most HSRCC stopped covering the game? That's crazy. Gacha players live in Huxley's worlds? Brave New Worlds? Oh yeah, Guoba! I know that guy too. Yeah, there's a few. That's kind of interesting. Was there no... I guess there were no CCs from the start of the game in this game, huh? So like Brax, he announced he leaving guide making for HSR just to keep making guides for HSR. I don't get it. I mean, the thing is, like, doing stuff like that is really good for clout because it gets your name in people's minds, and people are gonna react to it and stuff naturally. So it's a really smart play. It also makes you seem different, and it also doesn't lose you any viewership off of the HSR guides or anything you make. Is he really still making them? Let's see. Braxophone. You made an Evernight guide? You made Cedra guide. You made Ursetia? Suyora? Saridra. How do you say this girl's name? Say Saridra. Skip. I mean, it's a good money printer. I should do the same thing. You know what I do? I call it Wuthering Waves and then I keep playing the game. That's a smart one. Issue is that there's better turn-based gachas that have a more dedicated fan base. Usually IP gachas? Wait, which one are you talking about? Compared to HSR? But HSR is still the biggest gacha, at least as far as revenue is concerned. Skip. Saridra. Oh. Saridra. Reverse 99? Or 1999? I've heard a lot of good things about the game. Why is it so small? Like, every time I hear someone mention it, maybe it's like a, oh, dude, it's like the same as PGR, huh? PGR is, like, super small. But, like, the people who play it are people who really like the game. So they'll be really vocal about it, huh? Guys make money, but they take a lot of time and lock you into that kind of content because of it. I don't think that's true. It depends on how in depth the guides are. I don't think you're well, actually more so, it depends how many games you're doing. If you're doing like 3 different games, like Brax was doing, then yeah. But if you're only doing like 1 game, then definitely not. You definitely have more than enough time to make more content. Skip. I don't have flight unlocked yet. Wait, what? Wait, when do... Aww. Zeridra. Zeri? Am I playing League of Legends? Oh my god, it's gonna be Karchethia. That's your guys' favorite waifu. Another thing I don't understand too is I'll see a lot of people complain about drama, but then you guys will spread drama literally 24/7. I don't get it. You can't simultaneously complain about drama, but then continuously spread it, and then cry about its existence. Did you finish the Tinder speedrun? I've not finished the Tinder speedrun. You see Kete's latest video? I saw that it got uploaded. I watched like a few seconds of it. It seemed like it was just gonna be like every other HP inflation take. Where it's like, oh, I didn't used to call this out or whatever, and then I'm gonna call it out now, blah 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 blah. Hoyo stepping too far, making game anti-free-to-play friendly, all that stuff, but like, I feel like that point has been like hammered at a lot. Not to say like Kete's video is bad or his take is bad or anything, I'm not saying that. But at least the vibes I got from it, it seemed like it's just like the same point everyone's been making over and over again. Could be wrong though. Once again, didn't watch. If I am wrong, let me know. Editing was top notch. Yeah, I saw the editing on it. That was pretty good for the little bit I watched. Dude, my fucking OBS is broken. Nah, Pog. Watching dipshits online argue is not interesting to me personally. I get really bored of it. It's doubly boring when everyone talking is unintelligent too. No one ever knows what they're talking about, and it just makes it so boring to watch. I don't get why others watch it. I mean, obviously, like, oh my god, popcorn and stuff. People are fighting Pog! But, nah. Maybe I'm not terminally online enough for this shit, which is kind of ironic given I play games all day. Me personally, I want to make, oh dude, the Nuzlocke video. What is it? Need drama waiting for the next patch? You really don't, though. It's just so boring. When you look at literally any other community for any other game, they'll always try to make content on their own via doing whatever to make actually interesting content to get people to watch instead of just farming each other. It's just such a boring way to handle the game. It's so boring. I think the problem is in Gacha specifically, ooh, this is gonna sound so mean. This is gonna sound so mean. This is gonna sound so mean. I think people who watch like Gacha content are probably just like way too boring in their lives, and so they want to invest themselves in drama. Maybe they need to get outside more. I think when I look at other communities, say like the Pokemon community, for example. When I look at the Pokemon community or the Nuzlocke community, every single one of them is constantly working together, working to push the scene, working to push content, right? Whether it be via making ROM hacks or like engaging Nuzlocks or like making tournaments, all this shit, right? I think the Gacha community specifically, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not online enough for the Gacha community. Nothing to do in Gacha once you've gotten to the point where you can clear endgame easily. I mean, that's not true. You could say the same thing for the Pokemon community. It's just not true. What is true is that Gacha content creators are just lazy. But they're largely lazy because the audience lets them get away with it. If the audience didn't watch this stuff, then they wouldn't be able to get away with being so lazy. They would have to like actually go out and make content instead of just making slop all day. But the audience eats it up because the audience just doesn't give a fuck, I guess. Which is kind of pathetic. It's like the audience holds themselves to a lower standard and accepts a lower standard from other content creators as a result. And so it like almost mandatorily pushes the content in a less interesting manner. This is part of what I mean though. Drama content is the only thing everyone will tune into. You say that, but drama content doesn't do well inside of Genshin. The Genshin community actively pushed it out. At least from what I can see. It doesn't seem like it does too well in HSR either. It doesn't do well in ZZZ. None of the drama tubers in DZZ are big, are they? None of the drama tubers in Genshin are big, are they? Even Tagzone didn't even start off as a drama tuber. He started off as like a giant loud dipshit. Because CC's making creative content on the game, people want to watch their content of their fave game, so they'll watch what they can. You say that, but there could easily just be drama content inside of Genshin, but it just doesn't exist. People just won't watch it. It's only in Wuthering Waves. Wuthering Waves is the only scene where people like actually watch that shit. It's no other scene that's like that. I wonder what the situation is like on like Billy and stuff. I'm gonna play Duo Night Abyss. We are. I'm gonna play Duo Night Abyss. I think Hades drops this week. I'm gonna play that. I'm gonna play. What else? We're gonna play Duo Night Abyss. We're gonna play Hades. We're gonna play. Fuck, there's another game coming out. I can't remember. Oh, Legends Arceus. HSR. I was gonna play Genshin too. I need to find someone for my account still. Genshin gets rage baited a lot. None of the big content creators are like, if you're finding like 10 viewer Andes or whatever that are like reacting to stuff and you're getting a reaction off those guys or trying to like simultaneously farm other people, then sure, I guess. Like random ass Twitter posts, sure. And if you want to like farm off that, I guess that's true. But none of the big content creators do that. That's just not true. Am I gonna play Silksong? I have no plans on playing Silksong. I played any of the Hades 2 early access? I did. I don't remember anything about it though. I also never played Hades 1. You said S0 R1 only? If the game gives you double, is the challenge over? I would just not use it. Why would the challenge be over? You want to go back to HSR? I recommend you log in the next 2 weeks and claim your free Archer, free Dan. That's half a team for $0 and 0 pools. What's your thought on the Chinese community boycotting llamas designing Genshin? Is that even actually true? I'm not gonna lie. If that is true, I would actually think that's based. I think Llama's design is really... I think Gooner designs in general are just really boring. I know a lot of people like them, but I think a lot of people are really boring too. People just want to jerk off to their anime waifus. It's just such a boring way to look at characters. At least as far as like artistic creation goes. I don't think every character needs to be jerk-off material, bro. It's one of the biggest gripes I have with wuwa. Am I a fan of Cartethia? No. I hated Cartethia's story and I hate her design. She's one of my least favorite characters in this game, actually. What if it's only male gaze material? Everything in this game is male gaze material. That doesn't mean anything. But also, outside of just like whatever moral shit you want to say, I just think it's boring. I just find it so boring. I think it's uninteresting when everyone is just jerk-off material. Is that really what you want from your game? You just want to jerk off to everybody on your screen? That's it? That's all you want from the game? Bro, that's what Pornhub is for. Is that really what you need from games too? Is that what you need everywhere? You just need to jerk off all the time? It's just so boring. I think, ooh. That's another, dude, like, there's so many things I have at odds with, like, the Gacha community. When everything is just, like, jerk-off material and that's, like, all everything exists for, it's just so boring to me. The boycotting, not your opinion. Why did you ask me for my opinion if you don't want my opinion? What is wrong with you? What? Oh, I'm getting rage baited. Don't give your opinion. I'm gonna ask you a question. Don't give your opinion. I don't want to hear your opinion, but I'm gonna ask you a question anyway. Oh. Okay, bro. My bad. I just won't speak then. I played the first month. I haven't played it since the first month of early access. The overall campaign was hard as fuck. How long is the game supposed to be? I don't think your opinion is stupid. I think the boycotting is. What's wrong with boycotting? If they don't like something, what's wrong with them boycotting it? How else are they supposed to tell the company that they don't like something? Boycotting is the most effective thing you can do to tell a company you don't like something that they're doing. The only way to get a company to respect you as a consumer is to hit them where their wallet hurts. That is the only way you as a consumer have a voice against them. You either make it so they make less money, or you constantly get the line pushed. If they don't want Gooner shit in their game, there's nothing wrong with that. What's wrong with them boycotting the game if they want to boycott it? Like, people will get mad that like Genshin players or whatever are like boycotting Gooner designs, but then the second there's a non-Gooner design in a game, you'll see everyone and their moms go to Twitter and start bitching. What's the difference? Wah, I can't jerk off to the newest waifu. Wah, she has too many clothes. Wah. It's so boring. But what's the difference between that and the person who's boycotting? There is none. But you wouldn't say a word about the former. No one does that? I don't believe you. How many people bitched about Cartetia getting her spandex or whatever the fuck made smaller? What do you mean no one does that? That's just fake as fuck. You're just lying. How many people bitched about Consorella? Oh, a bunch of people did. Pretending that people don't do that is just like so cap. It's just not true. Dude, I do no damage. The way people bitch about that, you can go on Twitter, you can go on the subreddit, you can go on YouTube, you can go look up anything regarding the situation. There's an infinite amount of bitching about it. And I don't doubt there are a bunch of people bitching, if it is true that China's boycotting Llama's design or whatever, I don't doubt for a second there are a bunch of people bitching about that too. Wait, hey, I'm actually dying. Wait. Hold on, let me lock in. Nah, I just started this. I can't be dying. What even is that attack? Dude, I do no damage. She's unironically out healing with sevens. Nah, there's no way. I think, dude, I don't know. On one hand, I feel like I'd be a really good opinionated asshole. I feel like that's like my strong suit. Is like I can be very opinionated. At the same time, like, I don't know. I kind of don't like the people who engage in that behavior. I agree it can be a good thing to make change, but I think in this case it's kind of stupid because it goes against Hoyo's creative decision direction. How does that make any sense? What? If somebody doesn't like something, if they don't like the way Hoyo's doing something, what's wrong with them boycotting it? Also, saying it goes against their stuff, yes, that's the point of the boycott. They're saying they don't like their creative direction. Yes, that is exactly what it's doing. That's exactly what it's supposed to do. High key, I'm gonna die. Why do I do no damage? Let the devs do what they want with their character designs. That doesn't mean anything. They can do whatever they want with their designs. It doesn't mean people can't bitch about it. What? Are you telling people that they have to buy the product then? What's the opposite of a boycott? Buying the product, right? Are you telling people that they have to buy the product even though they don't like it? Like, what? If people don't like the new design, then let them bitch about it. What? I actually don't understand. Like, what is the conclusion of this, like, mentality? You want people to go buy the design instead? If they don't like it, if they don't like the creative direction of Hoyo? If people don't like it, they're free to bitch and they're free to boycott. There's literally nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with boycotting. Literally nothing. Designer we're talking about? Llama. Someone's saying that apparently Genshin players are like boycotting Llama because of the design. Which I don't like Llama's design either. I think it's too Gooner. I think it's kind of boring. But like I don't understand how you can bitch about that. Is whatever to me. I pulled her from meta. New account. I need units. I was debating getting her too. I heard she's really good. I don't like her design though. I think boycotting and stuff like bad gameplay / mechanics is valid, but creative stuff is too much. Why? What? Wait, why? Are you saying people have to like designs? What? No, that's not an opinion. You're saying people... That's not an opinion. There's no opinion here. You're saying people have to like designs? What is the opposite of not liking the design? If you don't like the design, you would not buy it, which is a boycott, right? That's what boycotting is. Boycotting is not buying the design you don't like. If you don't like the design, then you would not buy it, which is a boycott. You don't buy it because you don't like the design and you don't want to see the game go there in the future. If their player base doesn't want that design, then what is wrong with them saying that? If Hoyo wants to make that anyway, they can do that. They're just perfectly within their prerogative. They can do whatever the fuck they want with their game. They don't have to listen to the player base, but if their player base wants something, they're allowed to voice their opinion and say that they want this thing. And boycotting is the most effective way for them to do that. I don't even understand how this is. I actually don't even understand why this is a discussion. No, I do know why it's a discussion. It's a discussion because Gooners just want everything to be Goon material. And the second something gets any Goon material at all whatsoever gets any backlash, people will get mad at it. Why? And then they'll bitch like the most fragile babies ever the second you say anything about the Gooner designs. If you say Chun-Li's outfit looks clowny, if you say Contarella's outfit looks clowny, if you say her boobs look like she has 2 fucking watermelons attached to her chest, they will cry to the high heavens. If you say she doesn't need a camel toe, like why the fuck is that even in the game? This game is supposed to be 12 plus or whatever the fuck. They will cry to the high heavens. If Cartetia's panties or whatever the fuck get made 1 millimeter bigger than before, they'll cry to the high heavens. It's kind of cringe, I'm not gonna lie. If the community does not want something and they want to say that company shouldn't make something, and they are free to boycott. Just like we can boycott if we don't like, say, like 40% signatures or whatever, right? People actually think Contarella's and Gooner as fuck? They do, but they'll cry at like when the camel toe thing or whatever happened, right? When they made the design of it. Let me heal. Not heal. Let me increase my level. When they made the design of it, less Gooner or whatever, people went giga bitching. They were literally crying on cooldown. You have a really radical mindset against good-looking female characters? No, I don't. What? You're just a Gooner, bro. There's a difference. Just say that. There's nothing wrong with having attractive characters in your game. At the same time, it's boring when everything is just perma jerk-off material. How is that a radical mindset? How warped is your mind? If you think that's a crazy position, you need to go touch grass, bro. What? That is the most normal, cold, milquetoast take you could possibly ever have on the situation. If you're telling me I'm a radical, you're fucking crazy, bro. That is the most milquetoast take you could possibly ever give. In what world am I a radical? I don't think Wu was too Gooner. I think it's Gooner in a boring way. I think it's... Like, I don't mind Gooner stuff, but at the same time, when every character is Gooner, it's just boring to me. I get your point, but I also think it's cringe how others want to actively censor. This is exactly what I'm saying, though. Do you see what I mean? Like, the Gooners have, like, some weird persecution complex, where the second any Gooner design gets any amount of pushback because they don't want it in their game, or they don't want to see everything fucking sexualized to shit, they get so mad and ass pains. And then they'll lie and they'll twist and they'll contort whatever you say. It's so weird. I don't... Like, Gooners are the most fragile babies I've ever seen in my life. Holy shit. If you can't jerk off to literally everything, they'll literally cry. And they'll bitch and they'll moan. That's all they know to do. You guys are so sensitive. It's embarrassing. Go with spine, bros. I don't get it. Is Yuno not Gooner? Yuno's Giga Gooner. No, wait, nobody's saying Yuno's not Gooner. They're not gonna add more men to the game. The point of this game is to appeal to like the incel fantasy. I'm not gonna lie. It's like the whole like power trip, rover, giga OP, waifus touching you 24/7. Everyone's super omega boobed out or whatever. That's what it's to appeal to. I think it's cringe. You think it's cringe that people want to express what they like? If people don't want a certain design in a game, there's nothing wrong with them expressing that. I just don't even understand why this is a thing people are even talking about. I don't get it. My anti-Gooner rhetoric is gonna get them all killed, bro. All the Gooners, they'll be purged. Kappa. Auction wa. Let me get the 0 out of 1 subs bait back. Maybe? Wait, changing Contorella? She used to have a camel toe, and now she doesn't. But then I think they added it back. Basically, it was Gooner 911. There you go, bro. I got you. Now you guys can subscribe all you want. And keep me homeless. I mean, jobless. What do you think about Cho Yuan? I mean, he looks cool. I haven't seen his kit yet. But he looks cool. What side are you on here? Gooners or what? I am not on... Why would I be on the Gooner side, bro? Gooners are the biggest crybaby bitches I've ever seen in my life. Sad day for the unemployed when they took away the camel toe. That's literally how I feel. I agree. It's just so boring to me. It's so boring. It's such a boring conversation. Do we really not have like a better use of our lives than talking about jerk-off material in a fucking gacha game? No shot we're in outrage about shit like Contarella's camel toe. No shot we're in outrage about Cartethia's panties, bro. That's fucking crazy to me. That is so crazy to me. Season 2, there was a bug where characters were transparent when they moved the camera down. The outrage. Oh, are you talking about the mirror? There was like a mirror where you could like remove clothes from characters. I mean, I don't think like gooning's like a bad thing per se. I'm not saying like gooning's like a bad thing or whatever. If you want characters to be sexualized, whatever. But like the amount of bitching that goes on the second a character doesn't have her boobs boobing boobily is fucking crazy to me. It's ironic because the gooners act like the same people they bitch about. Dude, this is so true of like literally everybody. The gooners will act like the same people that they bitch about. They're just so fragile. I mean, I'm not a fan of SK's outfit personally. I think it's really boring. It's not like a moral wrong or something. It's just boring. 1.4, where they enabled you to walk around with every character, they made the character go transparent when you try to look at their ass. It was changed instantly. We got a 10 pull. What? Wait, that's funny. Who's my favorite character in wuwa? Personality-wise, Camellia. Design-wise? Ooh, who's my favorite character design-wise? Maybe it's on Jin. Remember the female Rover cosplay? Like a year before they got really famous for some reason? No. Brant? Oh, Brant is a pretty cool design. He literally looks like a VTuber, bro. Brant is literally a VTuber. Calcharo? I like the idea of Calcharo, but the execution of him is like kind of weird. He has like all like the belts and shit going on. And for like a combat-based character, it doesn't even make sense. Sway the Chandelier. He has aura? True. He's an aura farmer. Pog. The young Carlotta Panty Flash. Pog. I can Essex Carlotta this time because of calculator. That's what the corals are for on the next rerun. Am I pulling for Evelyn? If I'm pulling for anyone this patch, it's gonna be Orphe. Am I gonna pull for Orphe? Like, I wanted to pull for Orphe originally. But I've heard she's kind of not worth it. Mortefi got drip? I do think Mortefi is drippy. I like Shorekeeper, but her design disappointed me. I'm not a fan of Shorekeeper at all. I don't like her design, and I don't like her personality. I feel like her personality is just like ooh-woo waifu. She got sizable buffs? Oh. Hot take? I have a lot of hot takes for this game. I don't like Cartethi's design. I don't like her personality either. I think she's one of the worst written characters in the game. Shorekeeper is just boring. I do think this game appeals a lot to like what's the word I'm looking for? It's just like harem fantasy stuff. And I think I'm too old for that. I just like don't care. So like people like characters because like waifu or whatever the fuck, and I just like don't give a fuck. I think that's the problem. I just don't care. What's up, Snake? You hate generic isekai too? I do. I hate generic isekai. They're so boring. What dude, I've been watching Kaiju 8. Kaiju 8 recently has been really good. I've been liking that one. I want to see more shows like that. I will say the animation quality kind of dipped this season, but the story is still pretty good. You got to see the perspective of the self-inserts when playing wuwa. I mean, I know it's like a self-insert fantasy. That's what people want. Like, if people want it, I'm not saying like people can't have it or whatever. I just find it boring. I've never been a fan of like the self-insert fantasy. I prefer stories. I think one of the biggest problems I have with the wuwa story is that it's self-insert. I just don't like that stuff. I prefer having an actual story with characters with actual personalities that I follow. It was one of the reasons why I like Sons of Caledon so much. It's because all the characters there have like actual personalities, and the personalities and whatever, like the relationships they already have done, all that stuff is the stuff that we're watching. But in this game, when I play as Rover, I mean, you're like uncovering his lost memories, I guess, but he doesn't really have a personality. He just like exists. What do you call Pokemon self-insert? No. Ash has a pretty distinct personality. Generally, self-inserts don't have like actual personalities. Dude, I have no stamina. Yeah, I get bored of the glazing too. I think the you guys are gonna get me bitching about wuwa the whole stream. I think self-insert is like, it's just the most boring way to handle a story. I know it's done because people want self-insert because they want to feel powerful themselves. It's the whole reason why the stories exist. But me personally, just give me like a better story, better written characters. That's just way more interesting. What if instead of self-insert, the characters were just cool and I just had a better life, so I didn't have to self-insert? Thoughts? Make a video on your rankings of characters outside of combat performance? Wait, what do you mean? Like their designs or personalities or what? Oh my god, I caught the waifu! Kya! It's my favorite part of the story. Uwu? So point is challenge. Beat Holograms, Tower, Wuwa, all shit, Deathless. I like the mysterious origin of Rover. I like him being the unwritten one in Yuno's story. I think it's pretty cool. Not like some basic strong guy, but some outside of bounds entity feel. Isn't that like every isekai ever though? I feel like that's every isekai ever. Every isekai ever is like you're like some god being who like defies reality, who's like untouchable by like everyone else in the reality, and you exist there to like just like play around, and this is like your playground, and you like super OP. Oops. We killed you the first attempt? Reading chat. I was not watching my screen. Which is part of the reason why Brant is so good for this. I can just have my shield on perma. The problem is in Black Shore specifically, the mobs will two-shot you. Read a comment by his own mod and got baited. Troho! What, Oh, dude, I've been working on the script for the Nuzlocke. I forgot about that. I was going to talk about that earlier. The Nuzlocke script, I think, is coming out really good. Oh, wait, what did you guys think about the air-only video, by the way? Specifically, the beating wuwa with air-only characters. What did you guys think about the script in that one? Or just the video as a whole? Arrow only guide, Pog! Self-glaze incoming? Well, yeah, I'm playing the wuwa story. Why would I not self-glaze? Bro, how defeatist do you have to be to not be able to self-glaze yourself? If you can't even glaze your own content, why the fuck are you making content? That would just be embarrassing. If you don't think your content is good enough to glaze, then why are you even making it? If you're not going to like it, how the fuck are other people going to like it? If your stream is not good enough for other people for you to watch, how is it going to be good enough for other people to watch? If your videos aren't good enough for you to say, oh, I thought this video was good, then why the fuck are you putting it out? It doesn't make sense. Why would I ever not self-glaze? W self-glaze, bro. Motivational quote. I'm David Goggins or whatever. Lova story made people hate Rover. I mean, I like it in the for Lova story. He didn't. He wasn't just like. Dude, that did no damage. Uwu guy. It wasn't like, oh my god, uwu waifu, and we're always on the same side, and no one can be wrong, and everything has to be black and white, and there's no morally gray. I did like that. It felt like the Furlova story was more gray. All Furlova cares about is seeing her family again, and all Rover cares about is not Furlova. Based. Should I skip Galbrena? I don't know anything about Galbrena. Until I see official information on her kid, I can't say. Green! Wait, what? It won't let me... Wait, I don't know how to do this. How do I do this? Red, red, green. Oh! Should play Limbi's Company. The story is good. I don't generally play games for story though. Is the problem. Like when I play wuwa story, like I don't play wuwa for the story. If I played wuwa for the story, I'm not gonna lie, I would have quit a while ago. I would have actually never made it at 1.0. I don't play wuwa because of the story. I don't play wuwa because like the Gooner designs or whatever. I just play because I like the combat. That's the part I enjoy. I don't really care about the story. I don't really care about the characters. I don't really care about any of that shit. The only part I care about is the combat. Whose story is pretty good though? I disagree. I think gacha stories are always overrated. I've given every single story up to 2.5 a shot. I remember 2.2 was like super omega giga glazed. I played through it 3 times specifically because I thought I was missing something. All 3 done on stream, by the way. And every single playthrough had me so confused why people liked it. But I think people just like it because they like waifus and stuff. That's my thoughts. I personally find waifus boring. I'm not gonna like the story. It has good presentation, yeah. Like the presentation, the fights, the cutscenes, and all that stuff. Those are good. I think that's part of the problem too. I think people overestimate how good the actual story is because they like the cutscenes and stuff. Join the next wuwa tournament. I was supposed to join this one, but then I was busy. Maybe we'll see. What's that 2.2? 2.2 is the Cartethia part. Where you first meet Cartethia. Solo leveling scared by animations? Yeah, I think it's like literally just solo leveling stuff. But I also think like, I mean there's nothing wrong with that. If people like the cutscenes or whatever, they're free to like that. But it's not like a story thing. It's like a presentation thing. There's like a difference. I guess it doesn't really matter though. Most people just don't care. I think people care. I think as long as it looks cool, people will like it. And the wuwa story looks cool when you see like all the cutscenes and stuff, right? Like you go, you watch Carlotta do whatever she's about to do over here. She like shoots a bunch of people. It's kind of poggers. If you watch what is it? You watch like the Flirtless fight scene with Rover. That's like kind of poggers. You're like, oh my god, look at that! Rover uses all 3 forms at the same time. Pog. Nothing wrong with enjoying flashy visuals. That's perfectly fine. You can like the flashy visuals or whatever, right? Like the artwork for this is really good. That doesn't mean the story is good. There's a difference between the two. But people will conflate it, which I mean, I guess it's fine. I like the Wuthering story because I skipped it all. Base. Base. Bro, what the fuck are you typing in my chat? Easy ban. Why would you ever type that in public? There's something wrong with you. Skip through talks, watch fights, fill in the blanks, 10 out of 10 story? True! Is Yuno a good main DPS? If so, what do I need to make that happen? She's an okay main DPS. If you have like her signature, you have like Chikona's signature, you can run her as a main DPS there. It's not going to perform as well as it does with Augusta. It's not going to perform as well as like they actually... The problem with the Yuno main DPS is you invest so much, so heavily, in order to get like worse performance and like the actually good like mono element teams and stuff. But... Alright, which is especially true if you just want to make like Yuno viable, you might as well just run her sub DPS. Like the gameplay doesn't vary that much. Good thing about the patches or the new free gambling sessions about to do. I feel weird personally, because I feel like ooh, I don't know. Oh wait, I didn't ban him? Here, I can fix that real quick. Eats ban. That's disgusting, bro. You should be ashamed. Actually disgusting. Don't pull her sig if you sub DPS her. If you're not pulling her signature, there's no reason to have her as a sub DPS. You just run Mortefi. The only reason to pull Yuno is if you're also going to pull her signature. That is the only reason to run her. Otherwise, just run Mortefi. It's almost the same thing, except you're not investing two separate... You're not investing like 100 and whatever the fuck pulls. 200 pulls for it. Even with Augusta, if you're not pulling for her signature, it is not worth it. You know 40% damage again per click Chikona outro would be broken? Like everyone just had it? I mean, yeah. I mean, Gian would be better because he could actually use it. It would be poggers if someone besides Augusta could use it. I don't... People said the same on Frolova. Now look at it, she's cracked without her weapon. I mean, I didn't say the same on Frolova. But it is true that Frolova's usefulness without her weapon is hampered. You're free to try and make Yuno work without her weapon. Go ahead and do you. I'm telling you, I mean, I'll just tell you whatever. You can make whatever decision you want off that. No skin off my back if you wanna pull for her and have a oh, word it like this. You're free to do whatever you want. All right, do you, bro. I don't care enough. If you want to make bad decisions, you can make bad decisions. Putting Yuno and Chikona on this account? What would Chikona do for this account? My for level without signature does not struggle, but I think most people who don't have signature on Frolova probably would struggle because they wouldn't optimize their rotations in tower. Instead of wuwa though, she's still going to be disgustingly strong. How much of a damage increase is S0 Cartetia with Camellia Sig compared to her own Sig? Camellia Sig is worse than her own Sig. Next challenge, clear holograms only dodge counters and basic attacks. I did that with Cartetia on some of the holograms actually. I did it specifically on Dragon and Dirge and Fallacy of No Return. I think, I don't know. Does any character outside of Cartethia have enough of a dodge counter multiplier to be able to do that? I don't think I can do it on the new ones because I don't think they do. I think what happens in gacha games is people don't understand what's good or bad because they haven't actually looked to see like the disparity between like, say like how much damage like certain comps will do, right? 99.9% of the player base doesn't even know like how much damage the actual comp does. So if you tell them something like Yuno without sig is not good, and then they use Yuno without signature and they're able to get the clear, or like they'll kill like a side tower with it or something, they'll take that as like, oh, I was lied to. And then they'll get mad at people for that. I noticed that as a trend too. Because to me that people don't look at cheats. I mean, it's a gacha game. I think people are made to be more casual. Did the DA last week off stream? I didn't. I forgot. I was kind of busy last week. Kind of busy this week too. I have a wedding to go to on Saturday and Sunday. I have to go pick up a suit tomorrow. I have to finish writing the Nuzlocke script today. I think that script is coming out super good though. I am very hyped for that video. I think that video will be the best one I put out so far. I think. What else do I like to do? Dude, I wanted to play the Nexus Anima beta, but I figured there's like no reason to actually continue playing it because everything's just gonna get wiped. That's where you got a haircut? Nah, I just wanted to get a haircut anyway. I've been putting it off for a while. I was debating dyeing my hair. I'm not sure though. I was thinking of dyeing the top like some sort of like dark brown or something. It's your favorite game of all time? It probably just has to be Pokemon. I think it just has to be Pokemon. It was the first game. Silver specifically was like the first game I ever played. And then yeah, I think it has to be Pokemon. Just based on it being the first game I ever played. Next is Animal Crossing. It's like a mix of Animal Crossing, Pokemon, and TFT. Dude, this bug happened last time. You guys remember this? The same exact bug happened last time. You have to restart your game. Literally the last time we played through the story, the same exact bug happened during the 24 hour. Have you ever played Yu-Gi-Oh? I've not. What are you pulling for an animal? Actually, in the beta, they don't even have the gacha in the game yet, so nobody knows. At least as far as I can tell. Anyone know? I feel like I haven't seen too many people playing the game. What are you sipping on? It's oolong tea. Let me see. Honkai Nexus Anima. Is there a Reddit for this? Probably. Leaks. That's not what I was looking for. There's no actual Reddit for it? Yeah, I don't see any, I don't even see a Reddit on it. It looks not that hyped. I mean, after playing it, I don't think, like, most of the, especially, like, wuwa or, like, at the very least, like, I don't think the wuwa community would be into it. I don't know if, maybe the HSR community would. I don't know. It's a very, like, casual, like, cozy kind of game. I think if you're not into that stuff, you're not going to like it. Is there gacha? I can't tell. Stop gatekeeping. I literally just answered what the drink was. It's oolong tea. I answered that 30 seconds ago. I think if you like cozy games, you might like Nexus Anima. I think the problem I have with it is after like the 10 or so hours I was playing, I couldn't tell what I was supposed to do in the game. Like I couldn't tell, or like I couldn't tell what the game was about, I should say. Like I know I was supposed to collect more animals, I was supposed to do more story, but I couldn't tell like what like the end goal of me doing all this stuff was. Was it just to enjoy the game as I got there? Are they aiming for the Pokemon community? I think they're aiming for casual gamers who want to play a game that is more... That's what I'm looking for. I think they're aiming for the female audience. I think that's what they're going for. Because everything in the game is made to be like super cute and uwu. All the animals are super uwu. All the animations are super uwu. I think that means naturally like a lot of like wuwa players, for example, aren't gonna like it. I might try the game on launch whenever it comes out, but yeah, I don't know how it's gonna perform. It's like Power Worlds? No, it's TFT gameplay with Pokemon collection and like Animal Crossing vibes. The problem I have is I still don't know what I'm supposed to do in the game, though. Or, like, I don't know what the end goal of the game is. And I couldn't tell from playing. What's TFT? Auto chess. Teamfight tactics. It's like you put the animals on the board, and they'll automatically fight, and you gain, like, elements and stuff like that. The actual, like, auto chess thing seemed fine. I'm assuming, not 100% sure, you probably gacha for, like, relics, which are, like... the items that you can use in battle. So like Warmogs, for example, if you play TFT, it'd be like gotching for like Warmogs or like your leaders that you can put on your animals, or like Rageblade or whatever the fuck. Which I'm not a fan of. Also, it's kind of weird you like preemptively bring the animals. So like you'll raise them up before you go into the fights, right? You raise all your animals, you like EV train them outside of battle. Not literally EV training, but like whatever like the equivalent of EV training is, right? You do that, you raise them up outside of battle, you what else? I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, you need to like pre-level them. You need to capture them before combat and everything. The problem is, like, when I played TFT, the part of TFT I liked being able to... make decisions in the moment that felt interesting. Or I liked, like, the rush gameplay of it. I liked, maybe you can do that in the game, too, though. I just don't know. But from what I could tell, I couldn't see PvP. I only saw PvE, which would be really weird. I felt like the decision making, because you bring in a bunch of your animals beforehand, was like less. You still pick like augments and stuff like that, but I think you don't pick your characters as much beforehand. Or maybe you have to like gacha for them, I'm not sure. I think that's kind of boring though. I think if I were to play a game like that, I feel like I'd rather just play TFT. I'd rather just play Pokemon. I'd rather just play Animal Crossing, right? I feel like they're going for the vibe of all three of these games, but all three of those games do what they're aiming for, but better. So they're trying to aim at people who want like a cross section of all of those. But I don't think I'm that appeal. Ooh, card event auto fighting? Kind of, yeah. I mean, that was an auto battler. It's pretty similar to that. It's almost like a 1-to-1 from TFT though. So if you know TFT, it's literally just TFT. You get like cards that'll like pop up that you select. You get... Is auto playing? There we go. You get cards that pop up that you can select that give you like so like augments or whatever, I guess. I'm assuming you pivot your teams mid-battle relative to whatever augments you get. Okay, Nexus Anime sounds like a game made for everyone that no one likes. Yeah, I haven't seen any positive reception on the game. I think it is a closed beta. I will give them that. It is a closed beta. But I think, I really think that at least like the people that is trying to appeal to, the people who are most hyped for it. Actually, I don't think anyone would be hyped for it. It'd just be like a, oh, it's there and you play it kind of game, right? I don't think it's the kind of game that like generates hype. I am not dancing with Carlotta. You can dance with yourself. Dude, every time I get here, I refuse to press any of the buttons. I think it's funny that the buttons pop up on the screen, but that you can just pass this without pressing anything. Arknights? No. Arknights is like a tower defense game. It's the most casual Hoyo game. Which is ironic because both Genshin and HSR are like super casual games. You've done the Arknight event ZZ? I haven't been doing much in ZZ. I just log in and then do my dailies and log out. I'm still like not sure what I want to do with ZZZ. It's like part of the problem I'm having right now is I kind of want to like I mean, I want to branch out games, but I don't know exactly what I want to branch out into. And I'm kind of having a hard time making I want to make more videos like the 7-day one or like the Nuzlocke I'm about to make. I might just like branch out more and more into Pokemon content, honestly. The more I'm thinking about it, I'm still not 100% sure what I want to do. But in like Gacha specifically, it's really hard for me to make that solid content, right? Most of the content in Gachas is like you pog out over the new character, you react to whatever, blah, blah, blah. Then you drama slop tube or whatever the fuck. You can do like some of what like the Genshin people are doing, but the problem is in like wuwa, people don't want to watch like what Genshin players watch. Either that or like the noise in the wuwa scene makes it so it's like impossible for people who do want to watch that to like find it, which is a problem. I want to see you try the attack show meta in DA and Chiyu. I mean, what's going to happen is this. It's just going to be exactly what I talked about before, but in reverse. So, like, all the anomaly units are going to feel as bad as the attacker units have felt before. Except now, Now that it's anomaly units that feel bad, more of the player base is woken up to the issue. I think one big problem I have for Gacha specifically is like you will give people information right in front of their eyes. Say like the I'll give you a good example. The J-Stern HP inflation video, right? We talked about HP inflation, blah blah blah. We talked about why it's a problem. People will deny that. People will say things like, "Oh, well, it's just Anton, right? Anton is an issue." Okay. But in that same exact video, we used Soldier 11, who didn't get the clear. With her BIS team, we used Hugo, who was only able to get the clear because he had his W engine. And with his W engine, he was only 10 seconds, or he only had 10 seconds of breathing room with his W engine to get that clear. So without his W engine, that would have been an extra 20 seconds added. He would not have gotten that clear. But then, all those shown in that same exact video, by the way, not a skill issue thing, because both J-Stern and I were piloting it. And both of us know how to play the game. So that's not a problem. But then people will say, like, skill issue, just because they want to, like, deny reality in front of their eyes. And then weeks go by or whatever, right? And now they're feeling exactly what they just saw on their screen happen. They saw exactly what they saw on their screen happen, but with anomaly agents, and now all of a sudden they understand the problem, and now all of a sudden they agree. But the problem was always there. They were just in denial because they didn't use attacker agents. They only used anomaly agents, and they were able to use Miyabi to like power through everything. So they're like, ah, dude, it's not a problem. But the milliseconds, and with the, I should say this, I think. And the wuwa community does this as well. But the problem I had with the ZZ community when I was interacting with that was that when I pointed out all these issues, with like the aggressive shilling or like power creep, invalidating units or whatever, they're all just like brushed off to the side. But then when I bring like concrete evidence about that happening, it was still brushed off to the side. It's like, oh, you just don't know what you're talking about. Oh, I've never seen a player be so stupid. Oh, he's so wrong. You can go scroll through the comments of that video. Just scroll through the comments of that video. If you have some free time, just go look at the conversation with Jason. Just scroll through the comments. I deleted like some of like the really aggressive ones. But, like even like most of the comments of that video are like, oh, he just like doesn't know what he's talking about. Oh, he's wrong. Blah 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 blah. Meanwhile, a few weeks later, Kete makes the same exact video. ALG, same exact concerns. People are like, oh, he's so right. Oh, blah blah blah. What's happening? Oh, HP inflation is an issue. We need to talk about it. Chilling is going on. It's like, what the fuck? I legitimately felt brain broken when I brought up the issue, brought up evidence of the issue happening, showed everybody exactly what was happening, and still got gaslit in real time. I don't even understand how that's possible. To be clear, though, it's not just ZZ doing that. The same exact thing happened in wuwa with the new tower. Same exact thing happened with like the newer units, or like the Frolova weapon, right? With like every single weapon since Zani's release going up and up and up and up in terms of power, right? To the point where I think iuno's is like 43% damage increase, which is fucking ridiculous. Even Frolova's is only at 39, I think. I'd have to double check. But then here, there's like a delusional reality as well. And it's like, oh, well, actually, signatures are guaranteed, so and they can't be a problem. How can a signature weapon be a problem if you can get on every banner? Well, maybe because if every single character needs their fucking signature, you just added 80 pulls to every single character you have to pull for. You see Flossen's video? Was it the one where it's like, HP inflation makes the game less fun, but I mean, I can still technically clear as long as I, like, pull Giga optimally, but that's, like, makes the game less interesting or whatever? Was it that one? I mean, the same thing is true in, like, the same thing is true in, HSR. The same exact thing is true in HSR. You can still clear endgame in HSR. HP inflation exists, all that stuff. It invalidates older characters, all that shit. You still clear endgame. You pull for the new characters, you clear endgame. Perfectly fine. I think older characters are even still... I saw a 4-cost Fei Xiao 0 cycle. Not even using her light cone. On this patch. On this patch. The last day with full anomaly teams. The latest one from before 2.0 and without Miyabi, they're fine. The problem is no one is saying that you can't clear whatever in the game. No one is saying you can't clear middle tower right now if you have stupid cracked echoes and you have like R5 EOG or whatever, right? Without signature weapons. No one is saying that. You can clear middle tower technically with Havoc Rover if you have disgustingly good echoes and a really good weapon. That is true. You can do that. The problem is 99.9999999% of the player base won't be able to do that. To be clear, only dozens at most, players are going to be able to do the middle tower clear with Havoc Rover. Dozens. Not hundreds. Dozens. Alright? You need really stupid good gear with really optimal rotations with a really good weapon, right? And if you don't have that, you're not getting the clear. No, 99% of players, even like endgame attempting players, not even like casual players, the endgame attempting players are not going to be able to do that. I doubt anyone in chat right now is even going to be able to do that clear. R1 of your Gian had a battle rotation. Are you using Shorekeeper? Yeah. We're talking about 1.0 teams. Where the like specifically the like the clears with like the free-to-play variants like Verena. There was a clear that did like Verena Yang, I think. Like Yuan Wu and stuff like that. I can get the clears too. They're not like stupidly difficult. The problem is you need disgustingly good echoes for that, which is just not realistic. It's not realistic for 99% of players, or for actually a majority of players. Go on any account I've ever reviewed. None of them have these kinds of echoes. It is so unlikely for you to have it. You have to play the game for months to be able to get this shit. I think people think a game has a problem, and they think that problem means that the game is completely bricked. If HP inflation exists in ZZZ, which it does, and there's a problem with power creep, and there's a problem with shilling, and all these things make older characters worse, and it becomes harder and harder to clear, and they start pushing you more and more towards getting newer characters or whatever, that's a problem. Does it mean the game is dog shit? No, but it's still a problem. The same is true in this game. Can you technically get the clear with like 1.0 teams or whatever the fuck? Yes. Oh, is it HP inflation? Is a power creep that inevitably brings HP inflation? It doesn't technically have to, but I agree. I think one problem I have too is when you mention things like the fact that Cartethia's team does 80k DPS, alright? Cartethia's best in slot team does 80k DPS. Do you guys know how much Carlotta's team does? Carlotta's team, which is praised as being like a super free-to-play friendly, no power creep, whatever the fuck, right? 2.0 character that's absolutely daddy dicking everything at 1.0. That team only does 60k, by the way. That's only a 60k DPS team. In her best in slot. Cardethia is doing 80k. With a brain dead ass rotation. It's not even close to the levels of power creep. That's like what? A 30-something% increase in damage? From like a character that already power crept everything in 1.0 is fucking crazy. It's been power creep, but it hasn't been as bad as some other games. When you look at the timeline, I just heavily disagree. Look at the timeline for the game, I heavily disagree. I think people compare this game to like power creep in Genshin and HSR, and they do it in such a disingenuous manner. Because they look at games that are like however many years old, and they'll compare it to this game, which is only 1 year old. Carlotta's already on her way to be power crept. I mean, she already is technically. The only reason why I say Carlotta is good is because she's brain dead. In terms of like actual power of being able to clear, she's not as good as the other characters. I mean, that example right there. Carlotta does 60k damage. Cartethia does 80k damage. It'd be one thing if Cartethia's damage was unrealistic to get out, but Cartethia's rotation is brain dead. She is always able to hit the boss. The only limit on her rotation really is Arrow Rover. I think having more universal supports mitigates HP inflation. I don't know what that means. There's like a threefold problem. One is that gacha players only pull for like stronger characters, right? So that's a problem. Two, shilling and the more aggressive shilling that constantly goes on in these games also becomes a problem. So things like the Cartethia tower right now, middle tower right now is super easy to clear because you can just solo Cartethia on the first two sides and it's a complete joke, right? Cartethia just completely invalidates it. You just solo it, not even looking at my monitor. With an level 80 Cartethia, not maxed out skills, not even maxed out echoes, level 80 Cartethia with her weapon, solos middle tower, while I'm not looking at my monitor with like 50 seconds left. It's crazy. The shilling is actually unethical. You have power creep, you have shilling, and then HP inflation can be an issue too. It's not an issue in itself if every character has like the same ability to clear, but when 1.0 teams do like 45k DPS and Cartethia is doing double that, right? Like Havoc Rover's team is like a 45k DPS team, or 50k. I'd have to double check. I think the Havoc Rover is like 45, 50k, around there. It's around there in terms of DPS. Cartethia's team is doing 80k, all right? That's a almost doubling of how much damage you can do. Going into, well, Cartethia came out in 2.2. That's into 2.2. Is crazy. Middle Tower 4 is a 100% increase over Middle Tower 2 in one patch. I mean, my honest thoughts on it are that if the game were tuned around, if all characters had the performance of like the 2.0 characters as they do right now, I think it's pretty reasonable to clear tower. I don't think it's like that hard by any means. Obviously, I can do it like unresisted, or you can like solo with iuno technically, but that's with the show buff. You can you can technically just barely clear it Sigless with Camellia, which I think is a problem. But you can technically clear the tower. The problem is like the 2.0 units. Like, let's say my Zani, for example. My Zani without signature is literally clearing tower faster than my Camellia with signature. Which is fucking ridiculous. I think the new middle towers didn't have Asteroid. People care less about them. Well, people complain about DA in ZZZ, and the only thing you get from going from 6 to 9 stars is Denny's, right? But people consider that clearing endgame. Clearing endgame is you getting 9 stars in DA. It's not you getting 6 stars. You getting 6 stars doesn't matter. It's you getting 9 stars. This is what people consider the clear. And that's what people are complaining about, right? That's the standard people set for what should be the endgame clear. That's the standard of the game sets for what should be the endgame clear. So if they're going to set that as the standard for what the endgame clear is, which is getting 9 stars, or in this case, getting the 2 extra middle floors done, then that's what the standard is. It doesn't really matter if it has asteroids attached to it or not. You can say that. You can cope. You can say, oh, whatever. But at the end of the day, that's anti-consumer. I think part of the problem I have too is that gacha players are so unbelievably stupid, or maybe they just don't care. I don't know. That when companies will do like anti-consumer practices. Like say a company does like adds new floors with like more HP, with like more shield buffs, all that shit, right? They'll just like say, oh, it's fine or whatever, I'll just keep taking it. Not knowing that every time one of these games adds something like that, it always in the history of every fucking game you have ever played in your life, gacha games especially, trends in a way that make it so you have to pull for the newest characters, you have to constantly upgrade your account, you have to constantly run on the treadmill, you're constantly pressured to spend so you can be able to clear tower. It's pretty crazy to me that people will defend it. You get 2 boopons a month? Pog! Did he just miss? What the fuck was that? Oh! I can actually die in here. Do I have to pay attention? Maybe. In every end game, less than 10% of players play endgame. That's true for ZZ, it's true for wuwa, it's true for HSR, it's true for Genshin. Most players who play these games are giga casual and don't actually play endgame. Dude, this timing the dodge is so weird. Wait, what? Why is it here? Why is it phasing? What the fuck? Shoot, wuwa hitless instead of deathless? I would have to literally stare at my screen perma. I would not be able to read chat. I would not be able to talk the entire time for the hundreds of hours I'm playing the game. That sounds like I would actually just like die. I would literally never read chat. I would never talk to chat. I would never do anything but stare at my game. I'd only play for an hour a day at most. I would sit, actually, Heike, you know what I'd do? I would sit in one place on the map where I know what every single mob does. I would not do the story. I would not do shit. I would only go and do my dailies. I would do dailies with like the most bitch-made strategy you've ever seen in your life. Yeah, if you start including like S6s and stuff, I mean, even then, it wouldn't be easy. There's too many attack patterns, and you'd have to play for too long. Doing it hitless is actually impossible. Not like literally impossible, but it's like, it is impossible, bro. No one can concentrate for that long. How is it different from WoW, which encourages you to spend time on the loot treadmill or BOE/raid clears? To me, these are life service games that have an option to forego the grind with money. And to me, anytime you have like gambling as the methods of acquisition, that's always going to be the most predatory way you could ever do anything. I mean, gacha games are inherently predatory, but anything that helps like justify that kind of behavior is also predatory. If we're saying that like stuff like that is okay, I'm just going to disagree at a base. I ran out of tea.
まだ王は退場しない。あなたは真実に至ることができたかしら。
I think the difference is also that WoW doesn't really use FOMO tactics to help force you into decisions to pull for characters or spend money in the game. That's not a thing that happens. I think one thing I noticed too is that when companies do like the most predatory tactics you've ever seen in your life, FOMO tactics or like preying on like human tendencies, all that shit, people will say just don't spend LOL or like you just don't have to, right? But every single one of these companies use insane psychological tricks to try and get you to spend. Just saying just don't do it LOL is like telling an alcoholic just don't drink LOL. It is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. It just shows, I mean, to me it shows like immaturity as well. Like you just don't understand how humans work. You just don't understand how the deck is stacked against you. Oh my god, it's for Lova. Kya! Fireworks! Oh my god, a splendid performance. The best QO amount in the game is 90 bucks in WoW and on their anniversary. I mean, that's cool, I guess. Is that the entire basis of their model? No. The entire basis of their model is them getting you to subscribe every single month so you can play their live service game. That's the base of their model for monetization. Meanwhile, the entire base of wuwa's model is them trying to get you to spend with FOMO tactics, making it so banners disappear after 3 weeks if you don't get it, making it so the newest characters are always shilled in the endgame content. So if you don't get it, you're not going to be as powerful. Making it so the HP of the game is always constantly going up. So you have two options. You either dump a bunch of money in the game, or you don't clear the endgame if you're a more casual player. I also don't know why you would bring up like other games like that either, when I would never defend other games doing these kind of tactics either. It doesn't make sense. Like it would be like bringing up, it'd be like saying, oh, well, Mahoya does this. Okay, is it good when Mahoya does it? Do you think I'm going to agree with that? Do you think I'm going to be okay with that? No, I'm going to say it's a scummy tactic. What even is this thing? This thing's an echo, no? But you don't even like see it at all in the story. I mean, I know I saw it in the Fool's Troop or whatever. Map function temporarily disabled. Skip. Looking at these games as subscriptions, the best way to engage with a suspender. I don't, I mean, me personally, I've never had issues with, like, spending in these games. Like, I just don't spend. I just find it... I'll buy, like, the $5 pass, but that's about it. I just don't care. But there are a lot of people who will spend. I've never felt that urge, though. But I can understand what it's like to feel that urge. I can understand, like, the predatory tactics they use to actually get you to feel that. Observe Beiki. Buy skins so they go towards that monetization instead? People do buy skins. I'd buy skins if they were good, but they made shit skins, so I can't buy them. Like, the Carlotta skin has no effects, and same with the Chun-Li skin. I can't buy those. Am I supposed to buy those? Add some effects to it, I'll buy it. I wanted to buy it. I wanted to buy the Chun-Li skin, but it has no effects. I can't do shit with that.
Yeah.
Comparing people to an alcoholic is like saying people are possessed to spend money. Of course, it's persuasion, but nothing is forcing you to spend. Nothing is forcing you to drink either, little bro. Yet people still become alcoholics because alcohol, drugs, alcohol, all that shit, they are literally using psychological tricks to get you to constantly consume them. That's what drug companies do. That's how cigarette companies operate. They target... If you remember back in... Well, I guess none of you are going to remember because you're all Gacha players, so you guys don't understand history. Back in the... what is it? Like the 60s and shit like that. Cigarette companies would literally target ads towards children. So that way, children would get hooked on their cigarettes and constantly keep smoking because they couldn't fucking stop themselves because they were too addicted to the fucking cigarettes. The same thing happens in gambling games. Gambling companies aren't allowed to target their ads towards children because we know that children are psychologically going to be, well, technically even adults. Actually, honestly, yeah, there probably just shouldn't be gambling ads in general. Fuck these gacha games. I'm down for turbo regulating them. But pretending that, like, gambling isn't just the same exact thing as, say, like, a drug user or, like, drug companies trying to get you to spend on there is kind of criminal. Greedy and stupid and pull better. True. I don't understand the mentality of... I don't understand the mentality of... Or maybe people just don't understand. Maybe people just don't know the kind of tricks like these companies engage in order to get you to spend, right? Maybe they just don't understand how these companies try to say, like... Maybe that's what we'll do one day. Well, there's a really good video that breaks down all the predatory tricks gacha companies use to get you to spend. From building a daily habit in you, to emotionally attaching you to characters, to FOMO tactics, to preying on your urge to gamble. Even something as simple as the... pity system. All these things exist to get you to gamble, to make your to subvert your expectations about what the actual reality is on what you spend money, or what you get for spending money, rather. I think, I don't know if it's disingenuous or not, but I don't think I can ever see someone talk about... How should I put this? Dude, I sound so... I'm trying so hard to be nice. Maybe I should just, like, be unfiltered. I'm trying so hard to, like, not be mean or, like, condescending. Maybe I just should be. I'm, like, trying to, like, carefully, like, monitor the words so the point doesn't come across harsh. It's like hard to do that and talk at the same time. How should I word this? I mean, I can just word it like this. If you think that these companies aren't using every trick in the book to get you to spend, you're a dipshit. And you're the useful tool they want you to be. I could just say that. If we're pretending the same things that keep people gambling, the same thing that keep drug users abusing the drugs, if we're pretending those same exact things don't exist in gacha games, they don't use the same exact predatory tactics, we are fucking delusional. One of the things I've seen that was really interesting, I remember someone talking about sponsorship they got from a gacha company a while ago. And one of the things that they didn't want mentioned was the fact that a game was free-to-play friendly. Because if you even mention the word free-to-play friendly, it implies you don't have to spend to play the game. It puts that subconsciously in their mind. So the sponsors didn't want free-to-play friendly to be like one of the monikers of the game, right? they don't want that to be a mark of like a plus for a game, because then you attract a free-to-play friendly audience, which means that they're not going to spend, which I thought was really interesting. It's small things like this that companies will do, or that companies try to utilize in order to get you to spend, right? Like, let's say, I don't doubt wuwa doesn't want to see their game marketed as a free-to-play friendly game. I don't think Genshin wants that either. I don't think any of these games want that. Free-to-play friendly sounds like a good thing, but it's actually not, because people who play gacha games are willing to part with their money. So if you tell them something is free-to-play friendly, or you can use like whatever units or whatever, or you don't have to pull for signatures, it's probably bad for them. It is better for them to hear if they want you to spend your money. It is better for the people that they're trying to get the money from to hear that, oh, you need your signature for Yuno. Oh, you need your signature for Brant. Oh, you need your signature for Augusta, which is kind of true. I mean, you lose out on a huge amount of the kit if you don't have it. That's literally what they're banking on. That's what they want. That's their goal. I don't even think companies themselves mention like free-to-play friendliness ever anymore. I think they don't do that specifically because they don't want to get associated with the free-to-play friendly moniker. Because free-to-play friendliness, and if you draw on that free-to-play friendly crowd, the problem is they're just not going to spend money. Did you say here is chill? I mean, I do think dude, I don't know. There's a lot of like I don't know if I want to say shilling. There's a lot of shill adjacent behavior that happens though. If you ever talk about this stuff, people like go out of their way to justify spending money. They'll go out of their way to justify predatory tactics. They'll say things like, oh, a signature banner is a guaranteed. That's so W player friendly. Isn't it W player friendly that every single character from now on needs their signature? That's W player friendly. It is shilly behavior, but I don't know. At the same time, like I get really bored talking about this kind of stuff too, though. Like, it's kind of good to talk about it. At the same time, I get really bored talking about it. It's like it always cycles the direction of the conversation in the same exact way. Because the end result is that these companies are always predatory. They never have your best interests at heart. They're always trying to fuck you. Period. That's always what they're trying to do. But it's so boring to talk about that. I might, dude, I don't know. I'm in a bit of a conundrum. On one hand, I want to talk about it. On the other hand, like, I don't want to talk about it because it's so boring to say the same fucking thing over and over again. It's so boring to talk about. Oh, yes, this company is trying to fuck you. Oh, yes, this company is trying to get one up on you. Yeah, they're trying to get you to spend money. Yup. Oh, they'll use every predatory tactic in the book to try and get you to spend. Yup. That's such a boring conversation, though. Guarantee versus 75-25 is like getting 5 weapons compared to 4 weapons. The difference isn't that crazy. It'd be more like 5 weapons to 3 weapons. But the problem is, like, if all 5 of your characters need those weapons and all 3 of those characters need their weapons, then it doesn't really change anything. Or only 3 out of the 5 characters need their weapons in the other game. That's what matters. And if every single character from now on in wuwa needs their weapons, and that just makes it way less free-to-play friendly. The problem is that when you go to games like Genshin, you go to games like ZZ, you go to these games, what happens? You don't need your signature weapons. They're not as mandatory. Meanwhile, you go to this game, what do you hear? Oh, you need your signature. Oh, you need your signature. Oh, you need your signature. You need your signature. Hey, on the bright side, you know what? W Kuro, I'll always have my record for the endgame clear. W Kuro. Oh my god, waifu moment. Yeah!
心ここにあらずに見えるけど、ファンタレラが地上で言ったことが気になるの。
私の共鳴能力は弱く、このソナラにはまだ多くの残像が徘徊しています。探索できる範囲も限られ。
If you pull up, build characters, run the treadmill, you naturally become bored anyway because the gameplay loop is not very engaging after a while. Yeah, it's true. I mean, that's why I do like the challenge runs and stuff like that. The game is more interesting to me when I'm doing like the challenges because I actually get to explore like different aspects of the game, right? I think that's fun. It's essentially like I view it the same way I do Nuzlocking. Like you get to explore different aspects of the game because you play with like under a different rule set or like with different methodology and stuff behind your actions. I mean, the game is still free to play friendly in the sense that like you can clear the game super easily free to play. It's not like you can't. Oh my god, Elf Waifu Kya! Kappa. You can't hop into Hoyo games to clear the tower day one? No, it's weird. There's like, no matter what is said, all roads always lead to whatever is the case is always good. So like, at first it was like, oh, Donjin solo is good for the game. And like, oh my god, the fact that Donjin can solo now is great, because that means the game is free to play friendly and everyone can clear. Then it became Donjin solos are no longer in the game. Well, actually that was good for the game, because if Donjin can't solo, that means you have to actually play the game and invest in your characters or whatever, right? And then it was, oh, signature weapons aren't that good, meaning you don't have to pull for them. And that's great for the game, because it means you don't need to pull for signatures. And that means you get to save your pulls, which is amazing. Amazing, in fact. Then it became, oh, well, signature weapons being a higher increase is actually pretty good for the game too. Because if you have a higher increase on the signature weapons, with it being a guaranteed banner, actually, it's just better this way. No matter what happens, no matter what the game does, all roads lead. The game is perfect. I don't get it. I legitimately don't get it. Were Donjin solos good for the game, or were they bad for the game? For the entire life of the game, people would have said Donjin solos were good for the game. No? But then the argument shifts from that to, oh, now I'm glad all teams can play, or all teams have to actually be fully built now in order to clear middle tower. It's good because it's endgame. I don't get it. I legitimately don't understand. Like, no matter what you want to do, there's always like some button you can press if you want something to be a good thing or a bad thing. I guess it's called agenda maxing. We do some agenda maxing, bro. Can you clear the new update? You can't clear the new updated towers of Donjin, can you? No, it should be more bonus in general for the tower? In general? I don't think I don't think they're trying to. Oh fuck, wait, I'm underleveled. What the fuck? Carlotta Dauchi Verena clears stage 4 middle tower? Cracked echoes? Gets Cartethia to help.
急ぎましょう。
Go
黒潮の潮が
Cartethia!
戻る前に
Yeah!
浄化しなくては。
Dude, one thing I noticed in ZZZ, when people are talking about like Billy clears and stuff like that, well, Billy can't even solo the game anymore. But when they were talking about Billy clears, it was actually like literally basically perfect gear with an R5 Brimstone. And that was the gameplay they were linking. It was crazy. That was crazy to me. Doubt you refresh your shields, which provide buffs. You will need Call Out a Sig, though. It's the same reason people can run Yuan Wu. Yuan 1 shield, Pog. Bang. Yeah, I saw the 3-minute Billy solo. Even that, his like gear is borderline perfect. Like, I was looking at his rolls, they were fucking crazy. And he's using an R5 Brimstone too. Dude, you know what's so funny though? Even with that Giga Crack gear, he's doing a 3-minute clear, right? People are using Billy solo as an excuse for why HP inflation wasn't a thing. Kind of like Donjin solos, right? Oh my god. There's literally multiple comments on the HP inflation video I had with J-Stern talking about Billy solos. Like, people are so... They literally don't even understand what the fuck they're talking about. It's so annoying. Isn't it Rezi? The solo? No, it's Holminski.
言ってくれなかったのですか？
I think moved on now to MC Sanhua since Donji can't clear 3rd and 4th. True. I don't get why the defender just let the devs nerf the HP like he was hurting. Yeah, I don't get that either. Like, the Gian video is the best example of that. It's like, if I say Gian sucks, which he did, why would you even defend that? Don't you just want Gian to be buffed? Like, I'm saying Gian needs a buff. Why would you not want Gian to be buffed? What? Why would we not want Gian to be buffed? Actually, he's perfectly fine, so I want my dookie piece of shit to not be able to clear why? Are we stupid? Buff 4 stars? They're not gonna add 4 stars to the game. 1 year without a 4 star is kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. The current ones, they're not gonna buff the 4 stars. They're not even buffing the 5 stars. Didn't you know power creep Gian? Not really, because she doesn't have... I mean, kind of, I guess. I don't... So, it's kind of weird. I don't know what people mean by power creep. Because if you want to be technical, why is Cartethia not just power creep for Gian? Because that's an arrow unit. But that's also like pretending that like the colors of elements matter. Like, does it even actually matter? Like, Gian got power creep by fucking every release after him in 2.0. Gian was power creep by every release since Camellia. I don't dude, I don't know. There's like some weird like copium shit that goes on for games where people will just say like the most stupid shit I've ever seen in my life. How is Gian not power crept by every release in 2.0? How is it not power creep if a character can just deal more damage just because another character can clear? Oh, Havoc Rover can still technically clear. Does that mean power creep doesn't exist? Like, what the fuck? Why do I see people saying power creep doesn't exist because Gian can clear? Like, what does that even mean? What does power creep even mean then? I actually don't understand. Doesn't Yuno steal Gian's old Biz team? I mean, Augustus steals his Biz team. Steals his weapon, does it better. Yuno steals his current Biz team and does it better. At least for single target. The problem is, like, Yuno's AoE and wuwa is not that big. That's on a 1.0 only challenge? I thought about doing it, but the 1.0 characters are so fucking boring that I don't want to. Like, for me, the fun is like the new character kits and stuff. Like, playing all those new synergies. I don't want to play like the old shit. It's so boring. People mean when they compare the same element as come from Genshin HSR. Well, even if you're comparing like the same element, then wasn't he power creep by Cartethia like ages ago? But then I'll see people saying things like Cartethia didn't power creep, even though Cartethia literally does 80k fucking DPS. Like, it doesn't make sense. Also, I'll see things like what else? I'll see things like didn't Cartethia power creep everyone? She did. But somehow, like, power creep doesn't exist in wuwa or something? I don't really know how that works. I guess because Gian can clear no power, there's no power creep in Bossing Say or whatever the fuck. That's cool, I guess. I don't yeah, I don't know. There's some weird ignorant shit going on in the wuwa community. Wait, Vivi, are you good at writing? My hair is gone? Yeah, I got neutered. I'm debating dyeing the top of my head again. I'm thinking like a dark brown. I'm not 100% sure yet, though. I think the new kits are more fun than the old kits. I think the old kits have like problems of like their kits don't feel as whole. With the newer characters, like all their animations and everything, the flow of their kits just feels so much better. Like my favorite team by far is Zani's team. But even like you guys know, I mean Yuno's design is okay. Outside of the Fukuner shit, I don't mind her. But like her like flow of her kit is really good. The flow of her kit is like really well made. And you compare that to like Inland. Like Inland's kit feels so bad. But then you go on to Yuno and like her kit, she like literally zooms around everywhere and it feels so flowy. Hey, Zani's team literally ignores bosses. That's the base part. You just ignore bosses. That's the fun part. There's the only other team that can really do that in the game is Carlotta. I will say though, if every kid ignored bosses, it'd be really boring. But having like one kid that can ignore bosses is pretty cool, I think. I think I'm okay with like Zani specifically because the execution is pretty high to do it. You good at writing? Yeah. I was gonna ask if you can get feedback on a script. I'm trying to level up my writing game. I also need to consult with ChatGPT. Even if you remove the foot Gooner, the clothes on her are Giga Gooner? Yeah, but like everything in this game is Gooner. I agree though. I think there's some brain broken people that won't think like the newer characters are Gooner. I mean, it's like whatever. It's like white noise to me at this point. I don't really care for it personally, but it doesn't like destroy design, I guess. Fulova? Yeah, Fulova's design isn't Gooner. I can write fanfiction of Gian and Mail Rover. Yo! Shouldn't it be Gian and Mortefi since they fit in the same team? How is bro still stuck in the Cartethia quest? Yeah, I don't know. I'm a new player. Any advice would be helpful. We need the feedback by it. I was planning on shooting the video for it tomorrow. I need to finish the script tonight. Technically, it's not done yet. I have like I need to write the very last fight, and then I need to like proofread everything. Dude, what I do is I'll like write my script, and then I'll have ChatGPT come in and then like tell me like parts that sound like awkward or like things I do too much of. Like if I use like a narrative device too much, I'll like have it like do that. Get a script doctor. What's a script doctor? Do you have a streamer headset dent? My hair gets dented. Let me see if my hair is dented right now. I don't know if I have enough hair for it to be dented. Is my hair dented? Like, oh my god, I'm balding. Kappa. It's a little bit dented. Claude is better for writing? Oh. Who is better than Gacha because there's a skip button? True! Peak username? I gotta conquer shitty games, bro. We're Sunraku. Dude, actually, now that I think about it, I haven't watched the new Shangri-La Frontier. I stopped watching on like episode 40 something. I need to catch up with that. I wonder why they added a skip on HSR, but they haven't added one to Genshin. They added it to HSR. There's a skip button in... Yeah, there's a skip button in ZZ, but Genshin doesn't have one? That's so weird. Cloud for coding and writing, ChatGPT for search reports and general questions. Interesting. I will try that. Hey, ASAP Rocky to get with you. Get back to you. I can set it right now. Why are you trying to use the Zoomer lingo, though? I need an ASAP Rocky. Where is Vivi? Vivi. There you go. New Genshin story is 8 hours long. Dude, you know what's funny? I'm gonna have to play through all... Alright, it's not funny actually. It's a depression angle. I'm gonna have to play through all the story in Genshin to play the game. That's kind of sad. Want to fix problems in your script with pacing and stuff? That could be... And stuff that could be too cringe? Oh. Do people pay for script doctors? That might be a good idea, actually. If you think about it, boomers can't have dented hair. So actually having dented hair makes me a zoomer. Because boomers don't use headphones. What do boomers use? Boomers blast shit through their speakers. Because they don't care about other people around them. Thoughts? Skip. Should my friend pull for Camellia or Chung leave and the new voyage convene? He's been playing 3 days. He also has iuno plus signature. I would recommend you pull for Shorekeeper on that banner. But whether you go for Camellia or Chung Li is going to depend on... If you're going for Chung Li and you're not getting like Lupa or something, it doesn't really have much value. Like, you can technically run it, but it's going to be... You're going to have a harder time clearing because it's going to be more higher-paced gameplay, quick swap, and it just doesn't do as much damage. You can clear, has a lot of teams that can go in, but it's not as much damage, won't be as strong if you're not pulling for Lupa. If you're The problem is like Camellia kind of fell off too. I would honestly like I would recommend not getting either. If I'm being honest. I mean, if you want them, they can clear, but I wouldn't recommend either, honestly.
前に見たやつはこいつらより少し大きかった。
前に
Imagine having a friend. True.
フルングリエです。
Imagine having a friend.
もう話していいよ。大丈夫？
背中がうわ
Are there
大丈夫です。
Never mind. There are no friends in Bossing, say. What is a friend? Friend is a guy who lets you whale in gachas with his credit card. Thoughts? Friend is a guy who lets you hit. Sure. Wait. Wait. True. Nothing wrong with a little bro on bro action, bro.
これは予想外ね。
You gonna make a post to do viewer Orphean Evelyn pulls? Probably not. I'm probably taking a break from streaming ZZ for a while. We'll see though. I want to do more than nuzlocking. I already have an idea for a game line. I'm probably gonna do Vintage White, if you guys know what that is. I'm gonna run back the fight against N. I think that would make for like a cool narrative device. I'm gonna run back the fight against N. Get my revenge. I will finally enact it this time and will not get gapped. I'm unlocked. I have calcs this time. I'm free to destroy. I think outside of that, there's... I mean, I want to play Genshin. I want to start playing more Genshin. I want to get back into HSR, as I mentioned before. I don't know if I'm going to get into HSR on my main account or if I start a new one. Maybe I just play on my main. The thing is, though, I think Highlands is like the Dot character, right? She's the thing that makes Dot not bad. But I don't have Highlands. What set am I using? Right now it's the XLHR2 by Fidelio. But I don't think I'd recommend them. They're okay. The problem is they're a little bit heavy. Yeah, I missed your banner, exactly. So I think my Dot team is going to suck really bad. I have Jing Liu. I don't know who Jing Liu plays with, though. Repro comes back to HSR. I have the ice-only videos finally done. Wait, did I tell you guys? Did I tell you guys the story about the ice-only video? I lost 99% of the footage for the ice-only video. Literally, the only footage I have for the ice-only video are videos from the past and my clear. The clear at the very end. That is all I have for footage on the HSR video, because it's been so long. So me and Cloudy, my editor, we tried to duct tape together the most copium video possible for it. I think it came out decent for what it is. But, it's definitely a little bit duct taped. But we got the clear, and I wanted to get back into HSR, so I want to release the video anyway. Start a new one so you can make a guide. Dude, I can be guide. True. Treating the Abyss is her Sunday Trippy Hyacinth. Bro, I feel like you just named the team comp that 90% of the cast uses. Am I wrong? Yes. Who doesn't use Tribby and Sunday? If you want to play Genshin, buy an AR-60 account so you don't have to play story. I think I'm going to continue on my old account. I think it'd be cool.
ゆっくり休んでいて。手本なら
I'm thinking I might do a 7-day marathon for Genshin. We'll see though.
試してみるよ。
わかりました。
Sunday is not optimal for some teams. Oh, some. Are there some teams in the room with us right now? Maybe and Halcyon are wanted by everyone? Is the Austria Yao Nicole wheelchair comp based? No, the next Nuzlocke is not going to be blind. The next Nuzlocke, I'm going to be using calcs and stuff. It's a ROM-hack. There's no shot. It's supposed to be a pretty difficult one, too. Not like Emerald Kaizo tier, but it's supposed to be like... From what I was told, it's like a little bit under that. It's supposed to be pretty difficult, but... I think if I'm using calcs, I should be fine. We'll see, though. I was told it's expected to take like a few attempts to clear it. I don't mind that. I think it'd be pretty fun. I get like if it takes me like 5 attempts or something to clear it, I'm fine with that. If it goes into like double digit, that's when it's well, depending on what I wipe, that's when it gets sketch. I don't think I'm that bad though. There's technically people who are like running the game right now, calculus, that we're able to clear. So like I feel like with calcs I should be able to clear. Ooh, wheelchair comp for Lova Shorekeeper. I mean, who would it? The problem with WoW is the supports aren't as universal. So it's only really Shorekeeper that's the wheelchair. I mean, I guess you can run for Lova plus any other character in the game and clear. Sure. But that's like saying you can run a Zani Phoebe duo and or like Chikona Cartetia duo and clear or something. Dude, wait. Isn't Archer better than... Archer's better than Saber, right? If Archer's better than Saber, I think that's hilarious. Brown, male character, better than Waifu, and you get him for free. Why did they make so Saber is worse? Oh yeah, who's Evernight used for? Any knowers? I wanted to pull for Evernight. His light cone is kind of free too. Oh, you get it from like the event? Castris? Wait, what's the strongest team in the game right now?
しばらく一人にしておこうか。
いえ、それよりも重要なことがあります。
フルングリエの状況を確認しに行こう。
Cast Evernight main DPS, Finon Dot. Wait, Finon is third strongest team? Holy shit. Wait, I want that guy. I guess my go. How many years until Finon gets a rerun?
今回は私が抜きます。
Wait, am I like, if I go back, am I kind of like bricked? Because the only support I really have is Robin. Before the year ends? Oh, base. Dude, I'm a Giga Finon enjoyer. That guy looks sick. Oh, I have Bronya too. I have Bronya. I have a 4-star Tingyun. I have Asta. Wait, Asta's probably complete dog shit, right? Are any of the old 4-stars viable?
その人はどのように書いたのですか?
Or wait, if I go on Predat's tier list, am I gonna see like a relatively accurate tier list?
きっと最初も同じ思いのはずです。かっこにこやかに。
私はそんな風に話しません。
Find on free to play. Find on RMC, Robin Bronya. Oh, bet. Gallagher? Oh. Wait, base. I think I only have like M1 on or E1 on Gallagher though. Get his biz sustained for free next patch. Wait, what? Wait, who? Gallagher's dope. I'm down to use Gallagher. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. The one thing I miss from playing HSR is HSR has cool male characters. I like cool male characters. I miss that in this game so much. I want like Finons in this game, bro. Show me like Finons. Show me like Jingyuans. Show me like... We have like Gian. Gian and Jingyuan are like the same character. Kind of. Except Gian is more angry. Oh my god. We get to go fall asleep with a waifu. Yeah! Oh, that's one thing I forgot to mention too. I think characters can be hot without just like everything being Giga Gooner too. Like a good example is like do HSR stream this week and we'll teach you everything. I'm probably not gonna play HSR until like end of next month. I want to do a Genshin stream first. I want to get back into Genshin first, then I'll get back into HSR. The problem is there's too many games releasing, and if I start too many games, it's gonna get like really chaotic for me. Because I also want to do the Deathless challenge here. I want to do I want to get back into Genshin. I want to get back into HSR, and I want to do the Nuzlocking too, and I want to try new games. So I have a lot on my plate. If I start HSR right now, it kind of bricks the schedule. For levels hot without Goon stuff? Exactly. I think I almost feel like the Goon stuff kind of tracks away from the hotness. It makes it like more boring. That sounds kind of weird to say, but like what's a good example? Like Zani would literally just be hotter if her clothes weren't like Omega pressed to her chest. You know what I mean? I think if they had her in like a more normal outfit, or like her boobs weren't like 30 watermelons large, it would just look better. I think Gooners kind of shoot themselves in the foot by being Gooners. You know what I mean? Expedition 33 made me hate every turn-based game other than Persona. Dude, I wanted to get into the Persona Gacha, but I heard the thing was like a complete disaster. Let me go look at the review. 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10 on Steam. Wait, why is it 4.6 on Google? Wait, what? Oh, there's like... No, there's people playing it. Oh my god, Hatsune Miku colorful stage. Oh wait, the Persona 5 gacha doesn't use the actual characters, it uses new characters? Yeah, the normal. I know the normal ones are pretty highly praised. I thought about playing Persona. Maybe I'll play the next drop of it. But I was gonna get into the gacha specifically because I just thought that would be like a good segue into playing it. But then it flopped so hard I didn't even get to try it, even though I wanted to. The same thing happened with fuck, I forget what. Oh my god, she's so waifu. Kya! Dude, I always find it so funny. This thing right here is named Sloppy. And when you do the quest over here, the exploration quest, it says free Sloppy. And you go to the place where Cartethia slept with you. Do you think the devs are trying to say something? I think they're trying to say something. I think they're... It's the author's subtly disguised fetish. That's what it is. The author's subtly disguised fetish. You get free sloppy from the place you slept with Cartethia. There's no shot that wasn't intentional. I just get stuck on the rock? Based. You know what? I've shit on wuwa a lot this stream. Let's do some glazing. What is something I'm gonna glaze wuwa on? What should we do some glazing for? Dude, high-key, the new animations for like all the new characters have been going pretty crazy. Like Yuno's whole kit is actually kind of insane. Augustus' whole kit is kind of insane too. Jump. Background art? Yeah, I like the I like the overall like art. I think the art quality for this game is like much... Wait, where the fuck? Oh, it's like a time thing. Music? Really? The music in this game is decent. It's not like super great, but it's like pretty good. He's not who you think he is. Get him, Sunraku. QOL. Yeah, they've been adding a lot of good QOLs. Like the oh, that's one thing I said too, was the like changes they actually made for the game, like the adjustments. Like the new echo sets and stuff like that are actually good for the game. I saw a lot of people hating on the new echo sets, but I actually like them. I like the new echo sets. I like the 3 set effects. I like that it means that you can get use out of your old sets if you're not using those characters. I like what else? Obviously the animations always go crazy. I haven't played the new story though. Decent cutscenes for fights? I think the cutscenes are great. I don't think they're decent. I think they're great. I don't like the story, but I think the cutscenes in the story are top tier. They always cook really hard with those. I think their animations go pretty hard. Even what are good examples? Like for Lova, all of her animations, like her idle animation, her combat animations, all the roses, the how fun her kit feels to be able to like dodge cancel everything is super sick. I'm hoping Galbrenna has some dope ass animations, because if that character, I'm hoping she's fun to play. If they make her like a hyper carry, I'm gonna be very sad. I'm hoping it's quick swappable. Make it so you can refresh 36 daily with stamina. I think what they need to do, I don't know if I agree with that. I think the better solution is just make it so more of the mobs are tied into like older sets so you can actually farm them. You know what I mean? Can Sunwa be a DPS? I'm free to play. I've never pulled. I need a clear tower or the wave thing. I mean, if you're doing it on like lower floors, it can be, but Sunwa is mainly made for buffing. If you've never pulled, you have access to like some other characters that can be DPSs, like Chisha, or honestly even like Yanga would perform better probably. If you're doing like lower floors though, and you have like really good gear, you can technically perform with it. But Sunwa's mainly made to like buff other characters. It's kind of a waste to not use her to buff instead of using like characters like Yongyang to sub DPS. I mean main DPS. Unborn Echo boxes contain new sets. Which one are the unborn Echo boxes? Was Ling Yong best weapon? I actually don't know. Anyone know what weapon is best for Ling Yong? I thought it was Zani's. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's many characters I look up the math for. Ling Yan is not on the top of that list. I don't know if I'll ever be someone who looks up Ling Yang. I would place them for an unnoticed feature. The weekly event where you can have certain characters give more points. They made it so you don't have to use them. They just added an extra 150 so you can use anyone. Oh, that's pretty cool. Dude, I haven't even been doing that one. I didn't even know it was in the game. I don't even do Elusive Realm. That's cool though. It did kind of suck having to run the place twice if you didn't have like specific units. That was kind of cringe. Number 1 Ling Yong supporter. Hi Key. Wait, do you guys think Ling Yong can clear floor 4? Quick stop Ling Yong clears floor 4. Thoughts? My only 5-star DPS besides Rover is Carlotta. So worth building Yongyang or should I wait for someone better? You can use Yongyang as like a temporary. You can use Daochi there too. That could also work. You could use if you have S6 on Sanhua, you could use that. Isn't for Lampy? That's exactly the point. I wonder if he can. What if you quick swap? Put him on a team with Cartethia and Chacona and never swap to Ling Yong and he clears the floor. Think about it. Think about it. Can S0 card solo? Yes. Oh. Tomorrow I'm gonna try and clear the entirety of tower on the arrow only account. I know in theory it should be possible to clear it all if you had like everything for the account, but I don't. Because I don't have Gian's weapon and I don't have Chacona. So I want to see if I can do it. What I'm thinking would be fun is I do Can you stop trolling me? What is he doing? Chacona's on banner. I spent every pull I had for iuno. What I'm well, that's not true. I have like 50 pulls left. I'm probably gonna save them for Cho Yuan though. But what I'm thinking is I try to solo floor 3 and 4 with iuno, If I get one more crit roll on my echoes, I think I can do it. And then if I do that, maybe Gian goes to floor 1 and 2 on tower, because that might be easier than the side towers. I think he's going to get Giga out by Hecate. I don't think it's possible for him to do it. Well, like, not my Gian specifically, because I don't have Sig. I don't have Mortefi. I'm using Alto. So I might just, like, Gian middle tower and try to clear Fallacy with Gian. Yeah, I soloed floors 1 and 2. That one's super easy. If someone else can solo floor 3 and 4, I can probably solo it too. Solo Cortezia. Well, the problem is going to be, like, the ER on her. Because I don't have enough ER to, like, constantly ult. Thoughts on Chisa? I don't really have many. She looks like another character I've seen, though. I don't know what, but I've seen, like, the black hair, red eye, Japanese schoolgirl character, like, multiple times in gachas. You ult insta on cart? Yeah, when starting, you want to ult insta, so that way you can, the second you use your ult, you have it built back up for the second one. The problem is, my energy regen, for, like, the later ones, might not be high enough. Because, like, on that first one, you're still building your... You get your ult instantly, right? But... I don't know if, I think you might need, like, 130% ER or something to solo. We'll see, we'll see. She looks like Miyabi in a schoolgirl outfit. I don't really see that. Watch any of the TZN beta? I saw people playing that game, but I don't know anything about the game. Is that game even worth looking into? Hi, I'm new to the game, and I need help. Sorry if I'm disturbing, but I kind of need a guide on what to do with 5-star weapon of choosing in mailbox. I think my union level is 7. I don't know. I just started playing today after watching your 7-day challenge to beat it. You mean like... The one that gives you, like, EOG and static mist and stuff? EOG is generally the best value weapon. Static mist is really good if you have, like, a gun support character. Specifically for Chikona, if you're not running in the Karate comp, or Mortefi. 117 ER? Oh. What the fuck was that? Hoya Gacha system without any of the polish? What does that mean? Let me see what the rotation is for Cartithia solo. I'm pretty sure it's just use stuff and then baby form, right? You installed? He didn't even install it, he's skilled. Oh, that's kind of cool. Wait, is he lining him up to... No, it didn't even hit. Wait, what? Wait, he plays it so unoptimally, too. Yeah, if you play this optimally... The way you can do this clear... I'm going to show you. So the way you can do this clear optimally is if you line up both of these guys, your ult on Cardethia will actually cleave onto the next Light Crusher, so you can get even more damage, but he's not doing it optimally. Which is fine. I mean, he still gets to clear anyway, so... Pog. Yeah, every time he's going to the 5, he swaps. Okay. Dodge, big. You want to stay in the baby form when you dodge, 'cause it'll build the air erosion better for your next form, but also like the dodge counters on big floaters are like inconsistent. How much seconds do you have left on this clear? Let's see. But it's actually a really comfy clear. Wait, how strong is this build? I mean, he is pretty good at it. Yeah, he has like 4 to 5 on everything. I might be able to clear like that though. I think I got it from the anniversary. I don't want to make a mistake having slower progress. The game promising immersive combat. Can you explain in ape terms? Emerald of Genesis is poggers. Static Mist is poggers. Outside of that, I would only get a weapon if you really need it. You can always just hold on to the box for now too. But EOG is generally the best one. Collab with him and convince him GM sucks? Marmot? He's just gonna say that GN can still clear content or whatever, and then I would ask him like, is GN gonna be able to clear content better than newer characters? And then he's gonna say no, and then that's gonna be the only discussion. There's gonna be no discussion, bro. We're not gonna disagree on reality. He would just define sucking as something else, like not being able to clear or something. Where I would say like performing worse than other characters despite having more investment is sucking. Think it would be helpful for Crow to make a custom server for content creators where you can edit echoes? Would they do that? Wait, that'd be pog. Do I need to dodge everything from here? Can I just like die? Is the Gian guy saint? Please do not insult Mormons by calling them saints. Oh my god, 1 HP, I almost died! Kappa. Have you tried getting CC server access? I actually haven't. Maybe I should, but the problem is like I don't want to make guides. But it would be useful for like finding out what characters do before launch, I guess. That'd be the only reason I'd want it though. But I don't want to make guides and stuff, so I don't even want early access. I mean, I can do like showcases and stuff. I can show like different teams that you can play in. That could be fun. You know, easy to make the shorts that you do normally anyway. The problem is, to make those shorts, I usually let other people find out like the good ideas first for like whatever works for characters, like rotations and echoes and all this stuff, instead of like actually doing it myself. So I let them like figure it out, and then I'll just like test it on my own after that, and then see how it feels and see what looks right, and then I'll make it off of that. Seen April stuff for ZZ, it's a lot more showcase than guide. Who's April? You don't have to make guides after you get access to create a server. You just you have to present the character and make content about them. I actually wouldn't I wouldn't mind doing that. Like if it was just like a showcase or something, I actually maybe I would just do that. Actually, you know what's interesting for the content creators? The companies generally will just tell you straight up like how to play the characters before going in. Like they'll give like a sponsored creators or whatever. They'll just tell you what to do with the characters.
したが、また誰も救えませんでした。ごめんなさい。
Grind for echoes or characters in this challenge? What is harder? The hard part is going to be paying attention during all the parts that are not the actual endgame. That's the hard part. I think, the real parts of the run where I can die are going to be, like, Black Shores. And then, like, anytime I'm fighting, like, the overworld bosses. Those are the only real times I can actually die. What are the rules of this challenge? Limited characters are stuck on S0. So I can't go past S0 or 1 on limited characters. I'm not allowed to get co-op help. I'm not allowed to reset once I go in an instance. I have to beat out that instance, or the instance has to beat me, or I time it out. What else? If I die once, it's game over. And I'm not allowed to spend. The next patch tower. If I'm I mean, when I'm doing like tower and holograms and stuff, I'm not gonna talk to chat. I'm gonna actually try. I don't. Maybe I will. I don't know. We'll see. It's not. This challenge is definitely not gonna be easy. The hardest part though is getting all the way back though. I only get one chance if I mess up at all. It's just like completely bricked. He's blaming us. I do. The only reason I died on the last run was because I was reading chat. Brother, stop making me do that. Yeah, like consolation. So like S is like the consolation, and then the R is the weapon. So R1 is I'm allowed to get a weapon, but I can't get like the consolation. So they're all stuck at sequence 0. Did you see that last time we just kill issue? I wasn't even looking at my screen when I died. I died with Brant though, just think about that. I literally lost my shield character. Any senses with Echo Manager Autolock? All sets that we should keep so far? I mean, all of them, I guess. What sets would you get rid of? The thing is, with like the new echoes being also 3-piece, the chance of having like a good 2-cost echo or like 2-piece echo set of like random sets that you need like damage effects from or whatever, say like a 10% like fusion or whatever from Molten Rift, even if you're not running Molten Rift, like that could be good. Or like the old Frosty set too, like 2-piece on that. Technically every set is good to keep. I would keep every set. There's no set that exists right now that doesn't see use. Technically not true. The old Frosty what is it called? What's the old Glacio set? Technically that one doesn't, I guess. Oh my god, waifu die. No pog, waifu! See what you're using the MC because that scythe is really nice, but I already chose the male one. You get access to the scythe from the beginning. If you use the early access feature, it'll instantly unlock your Havoc Rover. Havoc Rover is a pretty good character. If you want to invest in it, you can. I use Havoc Rover on my main, but I play with it's not going to be as strong as like the other main DPSs, but I mean Rover in general is a strong character. You can invest in any of them probably. Air Rover is technically part of the strongest team in the game, but he's the most clunky motherfucker alive. And Spectre Rover is really strong too, because he can fill up like the role of a healer in a lot of comps, specifically with Phoebe and Zani. The song made the scene. The song is good. I'm listening to Maple Story music right now though. Dude, Air Rover being on dude, Air Rover being so clunky is such a fumble, bro. It's such a fumble. Is Air Rover actually the dude, Air Rover is probably the biggest letdown I've had in this game so far. Air Rover sucking, feeling so bad to play was actually just so F tier. He's such an Aura Mogger. Like, his kid is visually cool. Like, the stuff he does is visually cool. But then the way he plays is just so cringe. I'm a non-arrow over enjoyer. Hey, on the bright side, at least the MCs in this game are not as useless as the ones in Genshin. True. Yo, actually though, why does Genshin have like the most useless MC ever? How come the MC doesn't do anything there? Ever only good for the stack limit increase? It also gives 26% arrow bonus if you have R5 on the weapon, and you get that weapon for free, so that's kind of nice. But yeah, pretty much. These stats to keep for easy patch mode, for example, keeping element 3 costs for their sets. Yeah, I would keep the element 3 costs for their sets and attack percent for those sets. So like the 1 cost 3 costs with attack percent, and then the elemental percent, or the elemental damage for that specific set. So if it's like the glacier set, you can keep the ice or glacier damage, all that shit. Needing the red guy is some psycho villain trying to tell me a tale. Scar? If you go to your events, there's a place where you can go early access to 2.0. If you do that, you can unlock flight really fast. And you can get Havoc over. But keep in mind, if you do that, they'll give you like some flashbacks that show you cutscenes. So it might spoil a little bit. Most useful MC is Dendro still? Yeah, exactly. And like he's only good because Dendro was OP. I don't know why you would make the MC useless. Wouldn't you want the MC to be cool and playable? Like as a character, you're literally like self-inserting as the whole time, right? As you play through the story and shit, why would you not want it to be good? It's weird because in every other Hoyo game, they have the MC, or like the other two, HSR and ZZ. The MC is literally good in both those games, right? Like Remembrance MC is good, Harmony MC is good, or was for a while. Unless you made a new video about the basic set on Soldier 11? What did it say? I saw you made a new video on the new Astral Voice. Skip. Check the source of the noise in the bush. Wait, that thing kind of looks like a bird. Is Photolis an Uma Musume? Dude, I was watching someone play Uma Musume. What is that game even about? It's just horse girls racing and then like idol songs and shit? Is that literally the whole game? No skip story challenge when? Oh my god, dude, that's the hardest challenge. Don't even lie. That one is demonic. That's a demonic challenge. Unlock databank? I unlocked a lot of things. I'm UL 10 right now. Technically, I should be a higher level. Why are these guys hitting me? What the fuck? You guys see how little my damage is? Oh my. Actually, F tier damage. It's a roguelike? Uma Musume is? I thought it was just like a horse racing game. I was watching the gameplay and it was just watching some horses run around a track. I don't even know if you interact with it whatsoever. But they were just running around the track. And that was all I could tell that was happening. I had no idea what the fuck they were doing. Wait, what? What does it keep... What? What does it keep doing that? What is wrong? Oh. It was trying to get me over to Crownless. I was like, why does it keep yoinking my map? How do you fly so fast? That's why I was telling you to go to 2.0. If you go to 2.0, you unlock flight. And then you can do this. If you use the early access feature. Skip! The Maiden, the Defier, the Death Crier. What is Edgar Allan Poe ass name? Wait, the whole time I was on level 1 training sword. Ooga. Astro Voice Soldier 11, King of the Summit Lighter, Moonlit on Astra. Is that actually what it is? That sounds so troll. Is that actually better? Claim. All of that and I only get 10k Astrite. I mean 10k shell credit. I almost said Denny's. Pick your horse in their gear, you train them, you go through their career races, random events happen, and then you need to min-max the stats. Train depending on race type. Oh. Is there PvP? Can't go or stay in the air? If you unlock flight, then you should be able to do this. You just press the button and it lets you stay in the air. If you do 2.0 exploration, you can unlock more time in flight. But I haven't done any yet. This is just the base flight you have. This is what you start the game with. Turn the blocks yellow. Blue. Red. Blue. Yellow. I'm a genius. I've done it. If you die, you reset all of this? Yup. Welcome to attempt number 2. I died after finishing like half of 2.0. I was at the very last part of the story in Black Shores after doing all the 2.0 and 1.0 story, and then I died. Minus 12 hours kick W. Ooh, a pull. Ooh, more pulls. Wait, when did I claim that? This is a fresh account. How did I claim that? Do Gamba? What do I Gamba for? Like, if I get Uno, I don't even use her, do I? What can I even pull for? Shorekeeper? But, like, if I pull on this banner and I go for Shorekeeper, I mean, she's kind of useful, but... What would my team comps be? What are my team comps? It's The banner is pity? Yeah. I don't know. Wait. Oh. Wait, this one has different rate ups than the other banner. This one has Sunhua and Mortefi on it. Oh. Wait, is that perma? That's kind of sick. Yeah, my girlfriend lost pity here. Yeah, my totally real girlfriend lost pity here too. It was such a tragedy. It's always those three? Wait, that's actually so useful. I didn't know that. Okay. The two most useful 4-star characters in the game. Do I want to pull here? Got Yuno, congrats. I got Yuno too. Yay. My Yuno looked... What the hell is that? Douchi's getting no use on this account. I think I should wait for the next banner. Like, I'm trying to think whether or not I pull for Shorekeeper or not. Because the thing is, like... I had to go all the way to 160 on here. Shorekeeper's pretty nice, but... The biggest thing is going to be getting a DPS, right? I mean, I have to get Shorekeeper, and then I have to get probably Galbrenna. What are my teams then? Am I running Donjin? No. Encore? Havoc Rover has to be one of my teams, right? Havoc Rover, Galbrenna. This is so hard. Chacona? Chacona's not doing anything for me, though. Can I use Yuno for Cardathia? No. Yuno's a heavy attack damage buffer, and Cardathia is a basic attack damage dealer. They have no synergy whatsoever. Can you run it and technically still clear content? You could probably run that team right now and clear middle tower. I mean, you can solo with Cardathia, and you can solo with Yuno. So you can run that team, and you can go clear content right now. But that doesn't mean they fit together. That doesn't mean they're good together. That doesn't mean they do anything for each other. But you can run it, technically, I guess. They don't actually do anything for each other. There's literally no reason to ever have them on the team, but you could. You could. I want to pull on this banner. Like, the thing is, Yuno and Chacona both suck. Like, who can I use Yuno with? Nobody, right? There's literally no character on my account I'd be able to use Yuno with. What should I use if I don't have Chacona? Sanhua and... Air Rover or Shorekeeper Air Rover? Chacona Yangyang? Is that going to be good enough to clear? I mean, it can clear side towers. Why don't you pull Chacona on your arrow only account? I don't have the pulls. I'm saving for Cho Yuan. This is not my arrow only account. This is my Deathless account. The arrow only account is free to play, so I only have a limited amount of pulls. Unless I'm going to go farm a bunch of the worlds, then I won't be able to use her. But also, like, Cardithi is strong enough that she can solo the game. So pulling for Chikana loses value unless I'm running with Gian, which I can, but he already has a iuno right there, so he should be good enough. Chikana weapon a good pickup? It is. Is this like Genshin? Kind of. I mean, they're both open world, they're both gacha. Gameplay's a bit different. Cardithi doesn't have a free-to-play unit? We just mentioned Sanhua. It's worse than it's a lot worse than running Chikona. Chikona plus signature is like a 40% damage increase over the Sanhua. But you can run Sanhua Air over. It'll clear. If you play well. Shorekeeper could prevent a death? Nah, if Shorekeeper's passive procs, I'm not counting it as a... I'm not counting it. I'm counting it as a I died and the run is over. It seems harsh. Well, if I don't do that, then the gameplay is just going to be AFK until I get the Shorekeeper passive back. And that'd be really cringe. I think it defeats the point of the run. I think the run is more interesting if I like if I make it as giga sweaty as possible. It makes for a better story. There's no other character on here I'd really pull for, huh? Dude, I want to pull for Camellia. Why does she have to suck? Dude, wait, Haikyuu, what are all these characters besides Shorekeeper suck? Junshi? Actually, they don't suck. They're still able to clear tower. You just need to try a little bit harder. Yeah, I'm probably going for Galbrenna. I think I'll do pulls for Shorekeeper. We probably just go for Shorekeeper to make our life easier anyway. Even if I'm not able to utilize her reviving passive, she still has a bunch of HP, so if I end up face tanking on her, it's chill. Show me the money. Aww. Ooh, broken character. Jinshi is safe? The problem is Jinshi's not that good. At least if I pull for a Shorekeeper, I can always make a good team, but the Jinshi teams are always going to be side tower enjoyers. Sunroku. When do the events end? I shouldn't go for either of these until I figure out what I get from my lost 50-50, because I already know it's going to happen, but if I get one, then I go for the other. I just realized, why do Varuna and Encore have like the same face? Am I stupid? They kind of look really similar. Why does Abby look so happy? The events end with Yuno's banner? Bet. I'm gonna do this with ZZZ. Deathless? That'd be a fun one. Maybe I'll do it in ZZZ too. Lame. Lame. This would be easy. The entire game, Deathless, is crazy. That's a lot of that's a lot of time spent in the thing. You're blind. That's what the glasses are for. They give me 20/20 vision. I will need some side tower enjoyers. The problem is, I mean, Encore and Havoc Rover are probably going to serve that role. I don't know what I'd pair with Havoc Rover, but Encore specifically. If it's going to be Galbrenna Shill, if I think about it, that means Fusion, right? Oh, what's my team in wuwa then? Up to the first account? We don't talk about it. All right, I'm gonna call it for the day. I'm gonna go grab food and stuff. I'm gonna go work on the Nuzlocke video. If you guys haven't already, check out the YouTube. We have the How I Beat wuwa with the worst element video just released yesterday, and then the iuno video released today. Gigabangers. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll be trying to clear the tower with the air only account, and then fuck, what else am I doing with the thing? I don't remember. Oh, we're gonna continue playing this account. Oh, no, not tomorrow. Wait, tomorrow's Tuesday. Oh, I'm stupid. All right, I won't see you tomorrow. I'll see you on Wednesday. Wednesday, we'll clear the tower with only arrow characters. Then we'll continue the Deathless run. And then on Thursday is the Hades drop, so we'll be playing some Hades. Pog!